easy. They're not going to give it to you. They're not going to give you success. They're not going to put it on the platter. But if you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to put the sweat, the blood, the tears, if you're willing to earn it, they don't give away Bentleys. They're never on sale. You hear me? Some of you have been knocked out by life, and you got up and saw the blood. He hit me. Sometimes in life, you have to hit back. Stand on three. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Let's go, baby!
Hello, welcome to Lake and Field at Dickerson Stadium. I'm joined today by our other student announcers. I'm Josh Landis. Beside me is Brian Wilmot and Keith Martin. Brian, who are key players to look for West Virginia State Yellow Jackets today?
Well, at quarterback, you have Austin Hensley, who had 251 passing yards last week. Kyle Garman at the running back position had 76 rushing yards. Zach Pate had 7 catches for 84 yards at the wide receiver position. Defensively, you have Zach Krauser, had 14 tackles last week, which is incredible. And then you have Jamal Fox with 7 tackles. How about Glenville State?
For Glenville State, we'll be highlighting their quarterback, McNair, who had 16 completions for 180 yards last week in their win over Alderson Broaddus. A key player to watch for rushing and for receiving, Mario Pender, number 7. He had 83 rushing yards last week. And Glenville State's kicker, Watts, who has an absolute cannon of a leg. Defensively, Mays had 7 tackles, and Hood followed up with 6. Keith, what are you looking for today?
I'm just looking for a good game of football. Really nice, really close. I just hope that State gets in there, gets a good game going on for them.
Absolutely. State's coming off of a opening week victory over Frostburg State. A great road win, one that probably is overlooked by a lot. Frostburg State was ranked as high as number 6 in the nation in Division III last year. They bumped up to Division II. State had a fourth quarter comeback. A very impressive offensive performance, 517 total yards. Very balanced attack, 281 yards in the air, 236 on the ground. Are we looking for that same kind of offense today, Brian?
Well, you would like to think so. I mean, you're not going to get that every game, obviously, but they would like to keep that same balance offensively as well as defensively. I mean, you had a guy with 14 tackles last week. You'd like to see him have the same type of performance again this week.
Absolutely. I talked with Coach Pennington, who's in his 3rd year. There's a lot of hype around the school. Preseason ranked 3rd, which is the highest in West Virginia State history for the MEC conference. He said last week they really just wanted to focus on limiting mistakes. So they handled everything really well, but they wouldn't have had to handle any type of adversity if they just would have limited more mistakes. So that's going to be a key focus for the game today, playing clean football. They were penalized last week 13 times for 125 yards. And today we can't have that against Glenville State. They were also penalized. Glenville State was penalized 9 times for 80 yards last week. And this is going to be a good football game, so both teams are going to have to focus on limiting the mistakes.
That's the key there. Limit those mistakes. Just try your best, do what you can, but just try to do less than,
Absolutely. Coach Pennington highlighted his senior quarterback, Austin Hensley, talked about their run-pass option attack. They like to take advantage of one-on-one situations. They're gonna look at the box. They're gonna see if Glenville State's filling the box. If they fill in the box, they're gonna pass. If it's a light box, they're gonna run it. They really like their 2 guys in the backfield, Garmin and Lucas. They carry the ball well.
Something I was looking at, Glenville State last week, time of possession was 40 minutes. There's 48 minutes in a game. That just shows you how much they run the ball.
Yes, they like their time of possession. They like to really pound the ball. Their offensive line coach, Rick Trickett, he's got a lot of experience. He's coached at Florida State from 2007 to 2017. He's a highly rated offensive lineman coach.
Quickly, I made a mistake with my math. There's 60 minutes in a football game. I don't know where I was getting 12 minutes from.
One guy to really look for on Glenville State is their kicker, Watts. He's an Ole Miss transfer. He's got an absolute cannon of a leg. He's kicking. He was punting the ball from the 50. He's kicking it just as high as he was far. So that'll be really big for the field position battle that's probably going to go on today as well. They're going to focus on pinning West Virginia State deep. That's going to be their guy to do it. All right, as the captains go out for the coin toss, they're shaking hands now.
Showing mutual respect between the 2 teams there, absolutely.
See what who decides to receive or if they're going to defer. I think it's going to be an exciting first half. There's a lot of hype around both teams coming off of victories in their opening weeks. Glenville State winning over Alderson Broadus 33-21 with a very healthy rushing attack of 233 yards. They totaled 413 on the day, which is also pretty impressive. With West Virginia State, we'd like to see the ball get in the end zone more. 517 yards is incredible, but we're going to have to score more than 20 points whenever we're putting up that many yards. And
Glenville
that was a highlight.
has won the toss and deferred to the second half. West Virginia State will receive.
So Glenville State looks like they have deferred to the second half. So West Virginia State will be receiving the ball to start the game off. One guy to really look for today is number 17, Zach Pate. He had an incredible game last week against Frostburg State, reeling in 7 catches for 84 yards, also a top 5 play for Division II. So yeah, somersaulted over the end zone to get in. It was a very impressive play, great showing of athleticism.
And you have to have athleticism when it comes to stuff like this, man.
Absolutely.
So I guess really what it's going to come down to today is who makes the most plays and who has the least amount of penalties. If you have less mistakes, you're more than likely to come out victorious.
All right, as Glenville State and West Virginia State send out their special teams. Back deep for West Virginia State is Abe Cisse, number 23. Lining up to kick the ball for Glenville State's number 13. And that is Justin Watts, the Ole Miss transfer. As referees wait for everybody to get set. As we get ready to get underway for today's game here at Lake and Field.
everybody, excitement in the air. Let's go. Let's play some football.
I think they're just waiting for the remaining time to go off the clock.
Got about less than a minute left.
A great crowd out today. Beautiful, warm, sunny weather. It's a great day for some Saturday football. Student section out, looking alive down there. Got our cheerleaders down on the track.
It's a little hot, though. Hopefully it doesn't affect anybody too bad on the field today anyways.
Absolutely, hydration.
Definitely got to watch out for cramps.
All right, so it looks like the ball has been teed up. Justin Watts takes his steps. All right, and it looks like we're ready to get underway here. Let's play some football. Ball's kicked deep. It's a line drive. Received. Taking it to the outside. There's a flag on the play. And a nice little return to the 30-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. So let's see what the call on the field is. Bradshaw was on the return there. Looks like it's a penalty on the Yellow Jackets as the referee takes his steps off. It looks like West Virginia
Blindside block.
setting up shop.
Receiving team.
At about
Number 28.
13
After
yard
this
line.
to the goal. First down.
We were just talking about penalties being a killer, and right off the bat, they had their first penalty on the opening kickoff.
The opening play. All right, and the Yellow Jackets take the field on offense. We're excited to see senior quarterback Austin Hensley, see what they have for us here. Looks like there's a light box. Starting out from the pistol formation. Hensley takes a snap. It's a pass on the first play to number 13, Isaiah Scott. Nice little gain there on first down. Looking like 5 yards gained on the play by Isaiah Scott. He's one of our highlight players too, one of many targets. They go quick. Ball snapped, it's fumbled. Hensley's going to be tackled back at the 2-yard line. It's a tough loss there after a good first play. Looks like a really bad, looks like a rough exchange there as the ball was snapped and rolled on the ground past Hensley. Hensley picked it up and just fell down on the 2-yard line.
State could just keep those small passes happening. That's what they need. Stuff like that.
It's 3rd and long here. We'll probably be looking for a safe play here as they're on their own goal line. There's a penalty flag thrown on the play. Looks like maybe
Legal participation. Offense. 12 men on the field. After this to the goal.
be half the distance to the goal penalty, so West Virginia State will be on the 1.5 yard line. They line up in the pistol again. Hensley takes the snap, hands it off, draw up the middle. Garmin gets about 5 on the play. And it looks like West Virginia State's going to have to punt on their first drive.
That is not the first possession that you want to have to start off a football game.
The fumble there really killed the drive after a nice little gain on first down. Ended up pinned deep against their 2.
And they were consistent with the other 2 plays, getting 5 yards both plays. That one fumble, man.
Special teams comes out on the field for West Virginia State. Martin Ahlstrom is back to kick the ball, returning for Glenville State. Looks like number 80, Javon Butler.
Timeout. West Virginia State. Their first time out of the half.
Timeout was called on the field for West Virginia State.
You have dreams. A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
All right, and we're back. Looks like there was some an issue with not enough players for West Virginia State on their special teams. Some mental mistakes early in the game cost them a penalty early in the first quarter that could prove to be costly later in the half.
So early in the game, making these little mistakes there. You need to really stop that. Get your head in the game. Get back on track.
Coach Pennington really emphasized the limiting the mistakes, and they're really not helping themselves here on this first drive. So it's been a rough minute and 50 seconds for the Yellow Jackets. Special teams takes the field again. Martin Olstrom back to kick the ball. Number 80 for Glenville State, Butler, ready to receive the kick. Ball snap, good snap. A rugby-style kick, spiraling. Fair catch called by Butler. Butler receives it at the 40-yard line. So Glenville State's going to have some really good field position to start off their first possession. Brian, what are we looking for on their first drive here?
Well, as we discussed before kickoff, they really like to do the run-pass option with McNair and
Pender is going to be one of their key guys to watch today. He kind of does it all for them. It seems like had some good receiving yards last week and also ran the ball well. Rushed for 83 yards. They set up under the gun. McNair hands it off. Oh, play action. Inside the 30-yard line. That was number 21, Glenville State's fullback, Seth Arnold, on the reception. Arnold's out of Braxton County High School, so he's a little local product for Glenville State.
It was one heck of a play fake, too.
It was a very good start to their drive there.
Automatic first down, first play.
All right, McNair's under center. McNair takes the snap. He drops back to pass. He's targeting Butler in the back of the end zone. And just overthrown a little bit. It's a nice pass there. Good shot. We expected a shot right off the bat by Glenville State.
That wasn't terrible coverage on defense either, though. So.
Now, one guy to really look for West Virginia State is Dustin Krauser. He had 14 tackles last week against Frostburg State. Quite an impressive game one for him.
14 tackles, man.
As they line up in the gun. McNair ready to receive the snap. Snaps off. There's another pass play by Glenville State. Swung out to the running back. And guess who it is? Krauser on the tackle. So they gain about 1 yard on the play.
1 down, 13 to go.
The Yellow Jackets really snuffed out that screen pass early on. So.
That was Darnell Jackson on the reception there for Glenville State. They just made it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Glenville. This is going to be a big down for West Virginia State. They're going to need a stop here. Glenville State comes out in the gun again. McNair receives the snap. Fakes it to running back, and he's got plenty of room. He took a hard hit. He got the first down, but McNair's down right now. And we're looking at a possible targeting call. Henry Forson on the tackle there. Came in hard as McNair was sliding. Gain of about 13 on the play.
That is very unfortunate for Glenville right there to have their quarterback go down so early in the game.
Yeah, that's just something you never want to see for anybody. I mean,
no matter what team it is.
Yeah. It's most definitely going to be a targeting call, and he's probably looking at an ejection for this, so.
That's gonna be a tough ejection for her. That's Henry Forson was
Personal foul. With targeting.
Sorry.
Defense.
Go ahead.
Number 7.
It both ways.
Number 7
now
has
State,
disqualified himself
again,
from the game.
It's a little bit of weakness, I'd say. I don't know. Just from
coming in to replace McNair is going to be Tim Hetzel, where McNair comes off the field with a little bit of assistance.
He's definitely going to have to go through the concussion protocol.
All right, as of right now, it looks like Glenville State will be starting at the 14-yard line, but it was a penalty for West Virginia State. Glenville State will be setting up at the 7-yard line as Henry Forson was ejected from the ball game. He's heading back to the locker room now, so it was a targeting call. It's number 10 for Glenville State, Tim Hetzel, sophomore quarterback, comes in to replace McNair for now. They set up in the shotgun, 3 wide to the right. Hetzel takes the snap, fakes it to the running back, he runs it up the middle, and is snuffed out by a swarm of West Virginia State defenders. Leading the way was number 9, Jake Arms.
how much is that already going to affect them? I mean, that's their star quarterback right there, their starter.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to come back as a backup and just try to pick up this offense right away.
And they set up in the gun again. Hetzel with running back Mario Pender to his left. Takes a snap, he runs it to the left side, and snuffed out again by the West Virginia State defense. Leading the way, number 4, Tevin Littleton on the tackle. Littleton had a good game last week, 6 tackles as a defensive back. Did a good job of setting that edge there, making sure he didn't have anywhere to go. It's going to be 3rd down and goal to go on the 5-yard line. Sorry, the 10-yard line. Glenville comes out in the shotgun formation, 3 wide to the right. Most likely a passing situation here. Hetzel receives a snap, drop back to pass, scrambling around, makes it through to the end zone, and the ball's thrown out of bounds, incomplete. On the coverage there's number 21, Cameron Spencer. As the Pioneers come out of their field goal unit, they're going to have to settle for a field goal here.
Yeah, the first couple plays, Glenville State looked like they had fooled the Yellow Jacket defense, but after that injury, I mean, you had a backup quarterback come in and they acted like a whole completely different defense.
Absolutely.
That was a big stop for West Virginia State there. Going to be a 26-yard attempt here for Justin Watts. Snaps away, kicks up, and the kick is no good.
What a break.
No good. We just talked about limiting mistakes. It looks like both teams making a couple of mental mistakes early in the game. West Virginia State making a little more. But right there, Justin Watts was one of our key players to watch, and he had a 26-yard attempt there. The kick looked like it was wide right. So it was a good stop there for West Virginia State as they come back up on offense.
It's that bend but don't break mentality right there. See if the Yellow Jackets can get something going offensively this time.
As Hensley lines up in the pistol, Garmin behind him. Pate lined up in the slot at the bottom of the screen. Motions Garmin over, takes a shotgun snap, looks like screen pass to Pate. Pate comes on the outside. Pioneers defend it. Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and about 10. They gained 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for West Virginia State. They like to go fast. Lined up in the pistol again, Garmin in the backfield. Hensley hands the ball off to Garmin. Garmin up the middle. And the swarm of Pioneers are there to make the tackle.
Just nowhere to go offensively right now for the Yellow Jackets.
The Pioneers are looking pretty good here defensively. Looks like they may have planned pretty well. We'll see if conditioning plays a factor with how fast West Virginia State likes to go. Hensley's in the shotgun again. Garmin to his left. He receives the shotgun snap, screen pass to Scott, and Pioneers are there again to snuff it out. It's going to be 4th and 10. It looks like it's going to be another punting situation for West Virginia State as they gain only 1 yard on that drive.
Well scouted by Glenville right there. Get that tackle where they got it. Only 1 yard.
Completely fundamentally sound defensively there for Glenville State.
Very much.
Ulstrom's back to receive the snap, kick it away. Butler back deep, ready to return it. Had a fair catch on the last play, the last punt. Snaps back, kicks away. It's a deep kick. Butler calls another fair catch, and he receives it at the 45-yard line. So Glenville State with pretty good fielding position, or pretty good starting position again to start their next drive. They've yet to be pinned pretty deep. West Virginia State feels like they've had their backs against the wall the whole game already, and we've been playing for 6.5 minutes.
Media timeout on the field.
We'll see if they can get the same defensive pressure on the backup quarterback as they did last possession.
Yeah.
First play started so well, and then the fumble, and it just seems like...
All right, and we're going to go to break here.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go,
Or what you want to do,
It starts at State.
All right, and we're back here at Lakin Field. West Virginia State about to take the field defensively. We'll see if Glenville State's starting quarterback McNair will come back on the field today for this drive. So he was out with an injury. Henry Forson was called for the targeting penalty on him as he slid down to the turf and made helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yeah, it was definitely a nasty hit that he took. I'd be surprised if he came back out on the field.
At least right now, anyways. I mean, it might take a little bit for him to finally get well enough to come back.
It looks like Heltzel's taking the field again. Pender behind him. The Pioneers start out under center here. West Virginia State has a box loaded. And a little reverse here. Butler on the outside. He's got a lot of room. He's coming down the sideline. The 20, the 15, the 10, and he's pushed out. So a big gain there, some trickery by Glenville State to start their drive off.
Not a bad decision. I mean, backup quarterback again. Might as well start off with a trick play, and it definitely worked out in their favor.
Ibrahim Cisse on the tackle there, pushed out Butler. Butler showcased some good speed there. It's going to be something they're going to have to figure out how to contain as Heltzel comes out in the gun. Pender behind him. He receives the snap, and he hands it off to Pender. Pender on the left side. And a swarm of West Virginia State Yellow Jacket defenders there to make the tackle.
Pender
gain.
Pender hasn't had a lot of running room so far early on in this ball game.
They haven't run the ball a lot. We're a little surprised here. They had a healthy run game last week, so we were kind of expecting them to establish the run game early, but they've thrown the ball quite a few times already. With a new quarterback, we're kind of expecting a little bit more of a run game here as the Pioneers come back out in the shotgun. Pender behind Heltzel. Heltzel's ready to receive the snap. Heltzel hands off to Pender on the left side. He's trying to get the edge. He does a little bit, gets about 3 yards on the play. Looks like Krauser was in there on that tackle, as we'll probably see a lot of.
Yeah,
Looks like Jake Arms was there as well.
Their contain work on Pender so far has been outstanding.
A third down here on the 9-yard line. This could be another big stop for the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. They really need it here. And a penalty flag thrown on the play. Looks like they're counting to see how many players on the field for Glenville State.
Legal participation.
There's going to be too many players on the field for Glenville State, so that's going to be
5-yard penalty.
quite costly for the
Replay it
Pioneers
down.
as they set up 3rd and goal on the 15. Going to get the ball in the end zone here. If we're also going to have to settle for another field goal attempt, as Justin Watts missed his first one.
Some of these,
Glenville State calls a timeout here.
Timeout.
so many of these penalties are so easily
They're first
avoided.
in the half.
These mental mistakes are just killer.
And that one in particular just killed any momentum they had after that huge play there, after that huge trick play. Costly mistake.
Yeah, you got to think it has something to do with the it being early in the season. Teams are still trying to get into the swing of things. It seems like that's where a lot of the mental mistakes are coming from. We've already had several penalties today on both teams. After last week, they both were heavily penalized as well. So we're hoping that that our Yellow Jackets can clean it up a little bit here and get another stop on 3rd down. The last 3rd and long that the Pioneers had, they managed to get a long gain and complete that first down, but at the cost of losing their starting quarterback McNair. So Pioneers are having to go to work here with a backup, a sophomore at that. Hetzel, 6'2", 195 pounds. Hetzel's out of Alexandria, Virginia, Mount Vernon High School.
As they go back on the field.
Hetzel's back in the shotgun here. Probably a pass play. So he fakes the ball off a little screen on the outside. He's trying to find some room, and he's tackled at about the 9-yard line. So good defense again by the Yellow Jackets. Another bend, don't break drive for them. So Justin Watts will come back out on the field and attempt another field goal.
It's interesting. Like, they've been driving the ball down the field, but when they get close to the end zone, the defense steps up and stops. Gets stops.
It's looking like a
28 yards, I believe.
27, 28-yard field goal here. Hetzel's there to hold the ball. Watts kicks away, and it is good. So the Pioneers take the lead here in the first quarter with 6 minutes to go, 3-0. The Yellow Jackets are looking a little stagnant on offense here, so we'll see if they can get something going, find the ball, get that ball into the end zone this next drive.
Yeah, they're pretty fortunate right now. It could very well be 14-0 right now.
Yes, they've had 2 red zone stops, which have been great. Definitely could be worse than what it is, so some optimism there. I like that.
State's got to get going on offense. They just can't keep staying down at the back of the field there. They got to get moving up.
Yeah, field position seems to be a real big issue right now. They have to try to find a way to put something together and at least get the field flipped. They've been on their half of the 50 for this whole quarter.
I mean, these little screen passes, Glenville State's been ready for that each time they've thrown it. So, they got to come up with a better offensive scheme.
Latrell War and Ibrahim Cisse back deep to return the ball. Justin Watts tees the ball up. Watts takes his steps back. Special teams will be a big emphasis today. That field position we were talking about right now, Glenville State's winning the field position battle. So we'll see if West Virginia State can get something going here. As he kicks the ball deep. Latrell War takes the kick from the 5-yard line. It's past the 20 here. And a good little return at the 28.
That wasn't a bad return right there. That's a good starting position for
good return.
Yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets will be starting the ball at the 28-yard line as the offense will take the field again. Let's see if they can get something going here. The Glenville State Pioneers seem to have prepared pretty well. They've had some great stops so far.
Austin Hensley, quarterback, senior. What does the guy from Hurricane, West Virginia have in store for us this time?
All right, so they set up in the pistol. It's like Lucas in the backfield behind Hensley. He receives the snap. He fakes the handoff, throws it to the outside. A.J. Barrett on the reception on the 30. Gain of about 2.
Fantastic effort for a gain of 2 yards.
It was a nice catch, but just for 2 yards. State lines up again. They're ready to go quick. Lucas in the backfield, 3 wide. Looks like Glenville's bringing the house. Gets rid of it. And a nice reception there by number 43, Dante Jones.
For a fullback, he's got some great hands, too.
Looks like Riddick's coming into the game for Hensley. Riddick's one of their fast guys. They like to run the ball a little bit with him. He had a 48 yards rushing last game.
Oh, Rustburg, Virginia boy can jump there to get that ball.
Isaiah Scott down on the island by himself. It's a read option here. Riddick takes the ball up the middle of the field. He's not going to get the first down. So on 3rd and 1, West Virginia State tries a read option. And it's snuffed out by the Pioneers. So decision time here on the 35-yard line. Sorry, it's 3rd down and 1 to go.
I believe it is 4th down.
Looks like we might have a measurement.
Yeah. I believe he was stopped short, though.
So the ball is spotted at the 37-yard line, just a hair before the 37-yard line, because it looks like the 37-yard line is the yard to make. So they're bringing the chains out right now. This will be a big first down for the Yellow Jackets. They really need this here to get something going.
Yeah, they got to find a way to keep their defense off the field for a little bit.
This would also be their first one of the game.
It would be.
And it looks like they are
Just
about 5-6 inches short. So decision time here for third-year coach Pennington. Let's see what they decide here, if they're going to go for it, if they're going to play the field game and try to flip the field like we talked about earlier. What do you think here, Brian? What do you think the smart decision is?
probably to punt the ball here. I mean, they're pretty far back on their own side of the field, but their defense has been okay. I don't know what I would do here.
It looks like they're going to keep Riddick out on the field for this short 4th and 1, 4th and about 6 inches. It's a big play here for the Yellow Jackets. See if the crowd gets into the game.
It's definitely a gamble.
Some Yellow Jackets here trying to pump the crowd up. Jackets line up in the gun. Two wide to the right, one at the bottom of the screen. Isaiah Scott on the island by himself. Riddick calls out a couple of the linebackers. Glenville looks like they're going to be bringing the house. Riddick runs the ball up the middle, and it looks like he got the first down.
And a little more.
And a little more. That's a big play for the Yellow Jackets there. Fresh set of downs.
That's the reason I could not be a head coach. I would not have the guts to do that kind of play.
Yeah, Hensley's back out on the field.
Especially so early on.
Lucas behind him. Receives a snap. Ball's handed to Lucas. Lucas trying to find some room up the middle. And it looks like he's tackled for a gain of about 2. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Starting off really slow here on offense compared to last week. 517 total yards last week. Having trouble moving the ball this week. Let's see if they have an answer for Glenville State's defense here.
For now, just keep the ball moving forward. That's what you need to do.
Yellow Jackets line up in the pistol. Lucas set in motion. Hensley receives a snap. He fakes the handoff to Lucas. It looks like it's going to be a throw to Scott. And a nice reception there to Isaiah Scott.
That's a great throw. He threw it in a position where only his receiver could grab it.
Gain of about 13, 14 yards there as they set the ball up at the 36-yard line. And State's finally flipped the field a little bit. They're on Glenville State's side of the 50. Hensley lines up in the gun again. Lucas behind him in the pistol. Sent in motion to Hensley's left. Receives the snap. They're rolling right. Throws the ball to the right. Looks like A.J. Barrow on the first down and more.
Still on his feet.
15-yard gain there. Nice little play on first down. A.J. Barrett on the reception.
Now that's what I'm talking about. A nice play, a nice chunky yards getting up the field. That's what State needs to do to keep this ball game rolling.
State's got a lot of targets, and they got to figure out a way to utilize all of them. The Yellow Jackets are ready to go again, lined up in the pistol. Lucas in the backfield. Lucas sent in motion to Hensley's left. Hensley receives a snap, fakes to Lucas, throws to the outside, Isaiah Scott, and it dropped.
You have to catch that football right there. That could have been a touchdown. right there.
Minimal mistakes there. It was a short little route there, but Isaiah Scott had a lot of room to work with if he would have received that ball. He's one of the top targets for this Yellow Jacket team. So a little minimal mistake there. 2nd and 10 on the 20-yard line. The 21-yard line, excuse me. Hensley lines up in the pistol. Lucas in motion to Hensley's right. They receive the snap. Another pass play here. Zach Pate on a little out route. And a nice reception there. The Yellow Jackets make it down to the 10-yard line. So 10-yard, 11-yard gain there on the pass to Zach Pate, who was one of our highlighted players. Had 7 receptions for 84 yards last week. We're going to need a lot out of him today as well.
Yeah, he's one of the most sure-handed guys we have. Him and A.J. Barrett both have done excellent jobs on this possession specifically.
Hensley and Pate know each other pretty well. They both went to Hurricane High School together, so they've been, Hensley's been throwing to Pate, been targeting Pate for quite some time now.
A little bit of that Redskin pride there, Hurricane Redskins.
A familiar connection. As the Yellow Jackets come out in the shotgun, Lucas sent it in motion to the right. Hensley receives the shotgun snap, rolling to the right. Looking for Pate in the back of the end zone, but nothing doing. He just throws it out of the back of the end zone.
Smart decision. If nothing's there, just throw it away.
A very smart decision there. The Yellow Jackets are knocking on the door here. They really need a touchdown, get some stuff going. There's 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. They finally get something going this drive.
As much as they struggled at the very beginning of this game, a touchdown would be rather satisfying, to say the very least.
Looks like the Pioneers are looking for the bend, don't break mentality as well, as the Yellow Jackets line up in the shotgun again. Lucas behind Hensley. Receives a snap, and it looks like a handoff to Lucas. Up the middle, he's got some room. Takes it down to the 5-yard line. So a good little run play there, keeping the defense honest.
Now, they can't get a first down, so it's either touchdown or a field goal here.
Now, will the Glenville D put up or shut up compared to how the West Virginia State D did there earlier?
It's going to be a big 3rd down, and looks like 4 to the goal line. Looks like Donovan Riddick is going to come in and play quarterback. Hensley comes to the sideline.
Maybe look for A.J. Barrett here with his size on the defender.
Barrett lines up wide. Lucas goes in motion. It looks like there's maybe a timeout called.
Timeout.
Yellow Jackets call a timeout. So they didn't really like what they saw there. Man, with Riddick, it just brings a whole nother aspect to the ball game for the Pioneers. It's another thing that they have to cover. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can tuck it and run, and he can throw it. Offensively, what are we looking for, Brian? Here, we thinking pass play, run play? Are we playing it safe, or are we?
This might be a good place for a play action. Fake the run, throw a pass in the corner, maybe. Maybe is what I'm thinking.
You mentioned Barrett's size, and he definitely has. As a 6'2", 215 pounds, he's a big receiver. That's probably a target I would be looking for down here for throwing the ball.
That is, if they decide to run or throw the ball. They could very well run the ball here.
They could. 4 yards is a long way to get on a run play, though.
I was going to say, if they were just a little bit closer, maybe it would make more sense for that run play. But you'd think just a short pass would just be better at this point.
Looks like Riddick comes back out onto the field with the offense.
It's a good choice to put a quarterback for this because you don't know if he's going to run it or pass it. So.
Barrett down at the bottom of the screen, split out wide. Line up in the gun. Riddick takes a snap. It's going to be a designed run. He's got room, and touchdown West Virginia State as they get on the board here with 1 minute and 5 left in the first quarter. So a designed run for West Virginia State's dual threat quarterback Riddick. We just talked about how that adds another aspect to their offense whenever he's out on the field. It's another person that Glenville State has to guard. West Virginia State lines up in the muddle huddle here. Riddick out on the field ready to receive the shotgun snap.
What an interesting formation.
It looks like they're going to defer to kick here. So just seeing the looks that they have to see if they can get 2 points. But Olstrom ready to kick this extra point. Riddick receives a snap, kicks up, and the kick is good. So West Virginia State finally gets on the board. They take the lead 7-3 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the first quarter. What do you think about that drive there, Brian?
I'm very impressed based on how they started with all the mental mistakes and penalties, not moving the ball the first couple of possessions, just to come back out, drive it all the way down the field and score. That's impressive.
Yes, they finally got the pass game going there. A couple of big chunk yard gains there. That's going to be something they're going to have to revisit a lot this game. Big plays from their, like I said, they have a lot of targets. They're going to have to figure out a way to utilize all of them. They have some big receivers, some fast and sure-handed ones as well.
Riddick, 6'1", 190 pounds, is just a freshman. That was very impressive. He's got a long way to go still.
Yeah, out of Glen Allen, Virginia. All right, and the special teams units for both teams come out on the field as we're ready to kick the ball off. Glenville State has been doing well in the open field, but as soon as they get into the red zone, they can't seem to figure out the West Virginia State defense. Back deep to return for Glenville State is Darnell Jackson, number 8. As Olstrom comes out, ready to tee the ball up and kick the ball away.
I wonder if we'll see another trick play coming up as in their last drive there to start it out as.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes out for quarterback for Glenville again. If McNair is good to go, or if he's done. I haven't seen him on the sideline over there. I would assume he's going through that concussion protocol after the big hit he took on Glenville State's first drive.
For his sake, I hope it's sooner rather than later, but that was a huge hit.
It was.
That was a big hit for him.
All right, we're ready to kick the ball off here. So Olstrom sends the ball downfield. It's a deep kick, received down at the 1-yard line. It looks like there might be a little hole for Glenville State, and a good return there. Down to the 33-yard line. That ball was returned by Austin Ratliff, the receiver, the senior receiver. The Glenville, West Virginia product, playing football in his hometown there. It's got to be exciting for him. As the Yellow Jackets come back out on defense, what do you look for defensively for the Yellow Jackets? What's their answer for this Pioneer attack?
Well, I think you got to watch out for the trick play with this backup quarterback still coming back in here. They haven't really had a lot of success running the ball yet, so I guess you really got to look out for the pass play too.
Hetzel lines up under center. So McNair's still not out here. Fullback goes into motion. And the ball's play action pass here, and a nice little flat route to number 20, Edward Weber. So a good little gain on first down for the Pioneers as they pick up about 4 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. Sorry, they picked up about 6 yards there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Trying a little bit of hurry up on their own.
So they go into shotgun here. Pender to his right, and number 2, Delonte Hood to his left. Ball's handed to Pender. Pender runs the ball up the middle. He's got some good room. Breaks a tackle. And he's brought down after gaining the first down. Brought down at about the 45-yard line.
Just swarmed in on him, did that defense do.
15 seconds left in the quarter.
The most productive run they've had all day. Sorry.
No, you're fine. 9 seconds. Looks like they're going to wait. This quarter's just going to be run out here. So West Virginia State takes the lead into the second quarter. So after a slow start, the Yellow Jackets find some traction and get some good offense rolling to end the first quarter. Some good momentum going into the second quarter. But the Pioneers are driving a little bit. They're establishing a little bit of a run game with their dual threat Pender, who does a good job of running the ball, also can receive the ball well. Pioneers hit with a little adversity in the first quarter, losing their starting quarterback, McNair. So their sophomore, Hetzel, comes in.
Yeah, I mean, they've still moved the ball just fine with him in there. So, I mean, it's not like they've lost anything offensively just yet.
It seemed just for that.
All right, and we're going to go to break here before we start this second quarter.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hard-working multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians, those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name, and those who know that a fast-paced life is best navigated with a family who has your back. We are West Virginia State University, and if this is you, you're one of us.
Yeah, you just. All right, and we're back to start the second quarter. So Glenville State Pioneers come out in the gun. Pender to Heltzel's left. Glenville State starting shop at the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. First and 10, Hetzel. Pass the ball. It's a little short and complete. So the Pioneers are going to be second and 10 here. This would be a big stop for West Virginia State. Their offense seems to be rolling pretty well. They got some good momentum. Heltzel calling out the play to his offensive lineman. Heltzel's got two out wide to his right, one to his left. Pender lined up to Heltzel's left. Looks like Thomas Bowles to his right as he received the snap. It's handed to Bowles. Bowles picks up about 3 yards on the play. So it's going to be third and a long 7 for the Pioneers.
This would be a tremendous stop for the Yellow Jacket defense if they're able to get it here.
Possible passing play. Looks like Bowles comes out of the game. I'm sorry, that was Darnell Jackson on the carry. Pender lined up to Heltzel's left. He receives a shotgun snap. He's passing it. Looking to his right. He's got a wide open hitch route to Butler. Butler picks up the first down and more. So a gain of about 12 yards there for the Pioneers as they pick up a big first down on a third and long.
That's a good throw there from the backup.
Yeah, no sign of any nerves here coming from their sophomore quarterback, Heltzel. So they line up in the gun again, 2 wide to his left. Pender in the backfield with Heltzel. So he takes a snap, looks like a handoff up to Pender in the middle. So they pick up a short 3 yards. They've got to get that run game going if they want to get their pass game rolling.
They've done a good job mixing run and pass, though. I didn't expect them to pass the ball this much.
All right, they lined up in the gun again. Twins left here. Darnell Jackson and Pender in the backfield with Heltzel. He's ready to take the snap. Butler out wide by himself. Ball's handed off to Pender. Pender finding some room up the middle, and he picks up a good chunk here. 5 yards. So it's going to be third and short, third and about 3 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it looks like they're really starting to get that run game going a little bit, like you just alluded to.
You got to be looking for the play action here. Wouldn't be surprised on a shot. The third and short. This is 2 down territory. Snaps handed off to Jackson on the outside and snuffed out by the Yellow Jackets. Good defense. They set a good edge there on the sweep. So it's going to be 4th and about 5 here. So decision time for Glenville State coach Keller. And it looks like the offense is staying out on the field for this 4th and 5.
That might come back to bite them. They're not as close as what State was a little bit ago. Whenever it was 4th down, they got the conversion.
Looks like Bowles is accompanying Heltzel in the backfield here. See if the nerves get to the sophomore backup quarterback here. As he's ready to take the snap. Drops back to pass, looking to his right. Rolls out to his right, has a man open, and he overthrows Bowles.
He had him, too. If the ball was just a little bit lower, he probably could have took that in for the score.
Bowles a smaller target out there, but he did have him open, just overthrew him by a little bit. So West Virginia State will take over at their own 35-yard line.
He did have pressure on him, though, trying to throw that pass off, so it might have altered his throw a little bit, trying to get it off like he did.
So it looks like as the offense gains traction, the defense also gains some traction as well. Stopping Glenville State on a big 4th and 5. 12 minutes ago here in the second quarter, WVSU up 7-3. Hensley takes the field. Garmin in the backfield behind him in the pistol. It's Pate And Barrett down at the bottom of the screen. So he receives the snap and a handoff to Garmin. Garmin looking for some room. He's got some room and a nice 13-yard gain for Garmin. So a big chunk gain for West Virginia State on this first down.
Like the offense all of a sudden is just come to life. They can't be stopped right now.
Still got that momentum going from the last touchdown. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Crowd's all into it right now.
Doesn't know.
Justin McCoy out in the slide. That trips right. Justin McCoy and Spencer. And Pate receives a shotgun snap. The throw is going to be to...
That's the fullback.
It's the fullback there. He's fighting for more yards and a nice pickup there on first down. That was number 48, Justin McCoy, the fullback. Very sure-handed for a fullback. So he fights for about 8 yards there.
He's a jumper and a fighter. Made that jump earlier to get a catch, and then he's fighting for more. I hear that.
Looks like West Virginia State's opting to really spread the Pioneers out now after the first couple of drives. We're in a little bit tighter. Garmin motion to Hensley's left. So Glenville State's going to bring the house. Ball's handed off, and it's snuffed out by number 6 for Glenville State. That's Dominic Sizalskis.
What a defensive play by Sizalskis there.
It's great penetration up the middle. Managed to tackle Garmin in the backfield. So it's going to be a third and a long 5 yards for West Virginia State.
That's how you kill momentum right there.
They're on Glenville State 48-yard line. Hensley ready to take the snap and shotgun. Takes the snap. He drops back to pass. Looking to his left. Scanning the field. Scrambles out of the pocket. Rolls to his right and makes a throw downfield to McCoy. And incomplete. An impressive throw and catch there. But just barely out of bounds there for McCoy. McCoy's got some really good hands for a fullback. He is a great weapon for West Virginia State.
Great catch. If he was just a couple feet more inside, it would have been a greater catch. Good effort by the guy.
Looks like the offense is staying on the field here.
Offense is staying on the field here as Hensley takes a snap about 8 yards deep. And he's going to go ahead and kick it. A little pooch kick here. Change some field position. Down at about the 15-yard line. So that was Dante Jones, it looks like, on the
timeout on the field. Needing a timeout.
Some sure-handed running backs for West Virginia State. They got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, that was almost an impressive catch there. Momentum might have been stopped a little bit, but their offense has still been rolling, so it's not that big of a...
West Virginia State's got a good crowd out here today for the home opener. A lot of excitement around campus as they were ranked third in the MEC, the highest ranking they've had since being in the MEC. So these are two teams that are vying for a top position here in the conference, both 1-0. A lot of excitement for today.
Would you say this is the kind of game you expected early on?
I absolutely expected a dogfight. A lot of mental mistakes. I was expecting the mental mistakes for both teams to be cleaned up, but it looks like we're starting to get into a little groove here for both teams.
The starting jitters might have caused that to happen. Now everything's starting to smooth out, getting into the game, starting to get much more better played football.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So Glenville State will be taking over at their own 15-yard line. So the first time that Glenville State's going to be kind of pinned deep. West Virginia State able to flip the field a little bit. Coach Pennington on the sideline here got his guys gathered around, giving them a little pep talk, talking about probably how important this coming drive is.
Yeah, they might need to be a little bit more focused towards the run game. Because that last drive for Glenville State, they started getting that run game going a little bit.
And you got to think it has something to do with McNair, their starting quarterback, going down early in the game. They got a backup in, a sophomore, not a lot of experience. As they come out, Pender in the backfield. Hetzel lines up under center. Got their fullback, number 21, Seth Arnold, to its left. They take the snap. Looks like there's going to be a run up the middle. Pender gets a good little chunk and is met, looks like by Dustin Krauser in the middle. So we'll pick up of about 3, trying to establish that run game.
Mario Pender, the 5'11" running back, senior from Cape Coral, Florida. Very impressive so far.
Yes, Pender's one of their key guys. All right, Hetzel lines up in the shotgun. He's got 2 twins to his left, 1 in the slot to the right. Snap. Hetzel looks to pass. He's looking to his left. Little out route here, and a nice catch by Glenville State. No, and it's incomplete. Number 33, Austin Ratliff with the attempt there. It was defended well by number 4, Tevin Littleton. Littleton had an impressive game last week against Frostburg State. 6 tackles as a defensive back. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 here for Glenville State. Let's see what they opt to do here. They had a nice little run game on first down. See if they elect to pass. They got trips down to the left.
Hometown boy, that last play almost had it.
So receives a snap. Hetzel drops back. They're looking for a seam route. It's going to be overthrown. So it's going to be 4th and 6 for Glenville State. Yellow Jackets defense looking really good right now. The Pioneers seem to be sputtering here on offense, not being able to find a whole lot.
I think the Yellow Jacket defense was bailed out there on that drop pass. But, I mean, that would have been an incredible catch anyways. But they got bailed out by that drop.
It was great coverage there by Littleton. Ball hit Ratliff in the hands, and he had it and went to the ground and lost it. So it looks like Watts is back to kick the ball. Zach Pate back deep to return it. Ball snapped. Nice line drive, spiral kick to Pate. Pate's going to receive it and take it. Looking for some room going up the sideline. And a nice 7-8 yard gain, 8-yard return. And West Virginia State's going to have some decent field position starting off at about the 44-yard line.
I think that's somebody they really got to get involved in the offense right now is Zach Pate. He hasn't been really involved so far.
Zach Pate was their top target last week. 7 catches, 84 yards.
The Hurricane connection really needs to go full-on blast with this one.
Absolutely. Looks like we got it.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field.
Media timeout.
For you West Virginia football fans, the score at half against NC State is 21-21. We're going to take a break here as the officials call a timeout.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hardworking multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians. Those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name. And those who know that a fast-paced life is best navigated with a family who has your back. We are West Virginia State University. And if this is you, you're one of us.
Good job by the guys.
And we're back here at West Virginia State. West Virginia State's up 7-3 with 9 minutes to go in the half. We're going to be looking for a score here. It'd be pretty crucial. Glenville State will be receiving the ball at half. It's a great field position to start off at the 44-yard line. We'll see if they have Hensley or Riddick go out there. Riddick has proven to be a really good weapon for the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. He scored on the first, on his drive-in, the little 5-yard run. Just adds another thing that the Pioneers have to worry about on defense, on top of so many other great targets that they have.
Looks like it'll be Hensley coming out there right now.
Hensley out in the shotgun. Lucas accompanied him in the backfield, lined up in the pistol. Barrett and Pate lined up to Hensley's right. Takes the shotgun snap. Quick throw. Looks like to Scott, Isaiah Scott on the reception, who had a good week last week as well. He picks up about 6 yards there. Isaiah Scott had 4 receptions last week.
Something I've been impressed with. Oh, go ahead, Keith.
I was just going to say, doing his hometown of Hubbard, Ohio, very well there.
Yep. Hensley lines up in the pistol here. Lucas behind him. Looks to pass again, rolls to his right, throws the ball to Barrett. Almost picked off. Great coverage there by number 2, Delonte Hood.
That was a very risky throw right there.
Very risky throw. If he had that pick, he's gone. That'd be a touchdown for Glenville State right there. It looks like Barrett was just able to get his hands on the ball to break up the potential interception. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 for the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. Big 3rd down here. Hensley lines up in the pistol. Lucas in motion to his left. Peyton the slot down to his right. Look for him. He fakes the handoff and he throws it over the middle to Isaiah Scott, and it's dropped again. That's the 2nd drop by Scott today. Hit him right in the chest. So decision time again here, and it looks like they're going to send out their punt unit.
Yeah, for a receiver, you don't ever want to use your chest to catch the ball. You want to use your hands.
Yeah, it looks like that ball just got in a little bit too much on him. Back deep to receive is Butler. We got to see Butler showcase some of his speed earlier on a trick play down the sideline. He's a very dangerous return man, so State's going to have to focus hard on corralling him. So snaps back. Olstrom, little rugby-style kick, end over end, down to Butler. Butler calling for the fair catch. And it's made at about the 17-yard line. So Glenville State, some tough field position again for them as they're backed up against inside their own 20. Nice punt there by Olstrom. Good hang time.
You don't really see a lot of the rugby-style kickers anymore. Interesting.
So Brian, what do you think Glenville State's plan is here? They've had some really rough time. They had a really rough time getting their offense going. Haven't been able to do much. What is the answer here?
I don't know. They've really done a good job of mixing the pass and run. But the backup's been a little off with his accuracy, so I'm not sure. Maybe you just try to run the ball here.
Edsel lines up under center. Jackson in the backfield. Looks like a handoff to the right side, and a swarm of Yellow Jackets there to make the tackle again. And on that, Dustin Krauser, who we haven't heard much of today after his 14-tackle performance last week, but the defense altogether has been playing really well, a solid unit. And you got to think Glenville State's got to get the passing game going a little bit here. They're just having trouble getting that run game going. They've had a couple of runs for a little bit, for a couple of chunks of yards, but nothing really going here. They got to get their sophomore quarterback some looks here. So he lines up in the gun, Darnell Jackson to his right and Pender to his left. He's going to hand it off on a misdirection to Pender up the middle, and it's stopped again, no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Sorry, gain of 1. It's going to be about 3rd and 9, a long 9 from the 19-yard line.
I think maybe they got to try to do some sort of trick play here, maybe catch us off guard a little bit.
It's an obvious passing situation here, you got to think. 7-3, 7.5 minutes left as the clock's winding down some more. Hetzel lined up in the gun, Pender and Darnell Jackson to his right. Hetzel receives a snap, he's looking to pass. And it's batted down. Looks like big number 82 there. Josiah Garman. Sorry, that looked like Jamal Fox. Number 85 was there on the deflection.
The Yellow Jacket defense has been awfully impressive this quarter. Not allowing the Glenville State offense to get anything going.
Absolutely. Great job defensively so far. Watts is back to to punt the ball away to Pate, who's back deep to receive at about the 45-yard line. It's another line drive kick. Looks like it's going to be out at about the 48-yard line. So Watts is having a tough time today, flipping field position and also hitting field goals. He's 1 for 2 on the day, hitting field goals. His punts have been decent, but he was one of our key players today, the transfer from Ole Miss. He's got a great leg. It just doesn't seem like he had a lot of time to punt there.
I don't know. His punts have been line drives, not getting very much yardage with that.
Not a lot of hang time, which is what you like to see as a special teams unit.
Everybody has off days. Unfortunate for Glenville, fortunate for West Virginia State University.
Looks like Dante Jones is in the slot to Hensley's left. And Garman back in the backfield again to Hensley's right. Pate in the slot and Barrett as he receives shotgun snap, looking to pass. Looking deep. He's going to take a shot. And it's broken up by a couple of Glenville State defenders. Number 87, West Virginia State's Saquon Smith was a target there. It looks like Delonte Hood and Samuel Thomas on the defense there for the Pioneers. He's double covered. I like the shot there. I like taking a shot there on first down, close to the 50.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. But I think here, try to get Zach Pate on like a crossing route or something.
Zach Pate lined up in the slot. Garmin motion to the left. Hensley reading the defense. He's going to throw it on the out route. There's Pate right there.
My mind reader.
You called it, Brian. Zach Pate there on the nice reception. It looks like it's going to be a gain of about 11. Little out route to get out of bounds. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. West Virginia State driving. You got Saquon Smith split out wide to the left. Pate in the slot. A.J. Barrett alone on the right. Garmin in motion to his left. Hensley ready to take the snap. He's looking to pass again. Looking for Pate. Pate deep. He's open. And touchdown, West Virginia State. A nice seam route there by Zach Pate.
That's what I was talking about, that hurricane connection coming into play right there.
There is a flag on the play, but it looks like it's going to be a personal foul on the defense, roughing the quarterback.
Personal foul. Defense, roughing the passer. That pass is declined.
It's going to be a touchdown, West Virginia State. So a 39-yard touchdown pass from Hensley to Zach Pate. And we talked about it, Brian. Zach Pate, we needed him to get going. Keith, you mentioned the hurricane.
That yardage will be added on to the kickoff.
Right on cue. So the State lines up in their muddle huddle again. And they elect to kick the extra point again here.
Doing the Redskins proud.
Olstrom lined up for the try. Good snap. Kick is up. Kick is no good. So it's going to be 13-3 here. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter. There was a new holder that play. They didn't have Riddick out there holding. It was Pate. Maybe an issue there with that.
Nonetheless, right now it's still 2-possession game, so.
All right, and we're going to go to break here with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this second quarter.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
All right, and welcome back as we're ready to set to kick off to Glenville State here. After the penalty, I'm not sure what it was, but we'll be kicking from the 50-yard line. Good chance to pin Glenville State deep again for the third consecutive drive. And it just seems like they're having a lot of trouble getting things going here. Their quarterback, McNair, was hurt early in the game. I think it was on the second drive. Henry Forson ended up being ejected on a targeting call on him. We haven't seen McNair since, and it's looking like we may not see him for the rest of the day. So sophomore quarterback Heltzel's going to have to really step up here and figure something out.
That touchdown put much more added pressure onto this Glenville team that they just didn't need at this point.
Jackson and Ratliff back deep. Kick's going to be through the end zone. So Glenville State's going to be starting up shop at about the 25-yard line.
I just don't know what they can do right now. I maybe start off with a trick play like the reverse they did earlier on in the game, but
well, they got to get something going here. You got to think that their run game is sputtering. They're having trouble getting the run game going. Passing just seems like it's off. Heltzel's had several overthrown balls.
Now, is it fair to say that the State defense might be in the head of Hetzel?
They might be. They've been playing very well. Looking to see maybe some pressure put on him, some blitzing by the linebackers. Make him make fast decisions. Not a lot of experience.
Yeah, being not the starting quarterback, it could just be getting to him a little bit.
West Virginia State makes a couple of late changes on defense. Heltzel lined up in the shotgun, Pender to his left. Twins to the left, one receiver on an island by himself to the right. Receives a snap. It looks like it's going to be a misdirection by Pender. And it's snuffed out. Great tackle there by number 4, Tevin Littleton. And we talked about his tackling skills. For a defensive back, he's as good as it gets. 6 tackles last week. Handful of tackles already this week. Just great form tackle there.
He completely blew that run play up.
If he misses that tackle, Glenville State's still running.
Yeah.
Heltzel line back in the shotgun. Receives a snap. He's looking to pass. A lot of pressure, and he's going to be sacked. A swarm of Yellow Jackets there to make the sack. Leading the charge, Jake Arms.
Just talked about it. In the head of that quarterback. It seems that their defense has a one-up on them.
The offensive line is just being outmaneuvered and overpowered right now.
3rd and 15 here. Pender to Hetzel's left. Twins to the right. Receives shotgun snap, drops back. Looking to throw deep. He's got a man over the middle. And there it is, a big chunk made there, 16 yards, and they're going to pick up the first down.
Right where he needed to be for that first down, too.
That's got to be a big confidence boost for the sophomore quarterback.
That was quite a throw right there.
Pender exits the game. Number 5, Bowles, comes in. Hetzel lines up in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's looking to hand it off. Bowles gets the ball up the middle. Picks up a solid gain on first down, about 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Pioneers.
That little guy's got some speed, doesn't he?
Bowles standing at 5'7", 170.
Wow.
So they take those shotgun snaps. Same play. Going right back to it. And he's got some room up the middle. Picks up another 5, it looks like. 4. Is tough to tackle.
I don't think anybody knew where he was. He's so short.
3rd and looks like inches.
As Glenville State picked up the first down on that play, actually.
Glenville State 1st and 10. Shotgun, they're driving here. Putting together a nice little drive after what seemed like they were sputtering. Takes a shotgun snap, rolls to the right. Short pass to number 21.
Ooh.
And a nice open field tackle there. But they picked up 10. Seth Arnold on the reception.
I say that they were in the head of the quarterback, but then he pulls off 2 nice passes with some good runs in between. Never know.
Safety Tyler Jones on the nice open field tackle there. Glenville State's putting together a nice drive after what seemed like was going to be a rough one. Hetzel in the shotgun here. 2 to his, split out wide to his left. He receives a snap. Takes the ball to Darnell Jackson and quarterback keeper up the middle. Very unexpected.
He's got to be careful because that's exactly how McNair ended up hurting himself. Same type of play.
Yeah, you got to think it would be really tough to have your 3rd string in at this point early in the game. Glenville State ready to run their next play. Hetzel in the shotgun. 2nd and 1 here. 3 minutes to go. Hands the ball off to Darnell Jackson. Cuts back up the middle of the field. Looks like he maybe gained 1 yard there. Host of Yellow Jackets on the tackle.
He had nowhere to go where the direction he seemed to be going. Had to change it up, but just nowhere to go.
No other than Krauser there on the tackle. The Pioneers are ready to go under center. Quarterback sneak. Hetzel takes the snap, pushes forward, and it looks like he surged forward enough to get the first down. So Glenville State putting together an impressive drive right here after completing 3rd and 15. What's the answer here for the Yellow Jackets, Brian?
I don't know. Like early on in this drive, they were getting all kinds of pressure on them and everything. And now it seems like the offensive line is winning the battle. It's just completely flipped.
Hetzel lined up in the shotgun, ready to go again. Takes the snap, looking to his left. They're going to throw it. Had an open man, but just overthrew him. Target was number 3, Osai Brown. He had him open and just can't make the connection there.
His accuracy has definitely been spotty so far, but he's made really great throws and then some honestly kind of bad ones.
They got to make some short passes here, get his confidence built up. They can't be taking shots right now. Sophomore quarterback, not a lot of experience. Needs some passes to build his confidence as he lines up in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands the ball to Bowles. Hard guy to tackle, he's quick. Bounces out to the outside, picks up about 3 yards. Broke a couple of tackles.
Yeah, for him to be 5'7", and to break tackles like that, that's pretty impressive.
He's a tough guy to bring down. Low center of gravity. Hetzel lines up in the gun again, twins to his left. Jackson to his right. Looks like he might be changing the play at the line. 3rd and 7 here. Hands the ball off to number 21, Seth Arnold, and he looks like he's going to pick up the first down. So they elect to run here on a 3rd and a long 7. You got to think they were thinking 4-down territory, but they end up picking up the first down on 3rd and 7.
Is that Seth Arnold that ran that?
Seth Arnold was bounced the ball to the outside, picked up the first down for the Pioneers. Hetzel calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Jackson and Bowles in the backfield with him. Twins to his left. Osai Brown split out wide to his left. Receives a shotgun snap, hands the ball off to Jackson. Jackson cuts up the middle, and he's tackled.
Looked like 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Looks like Jake Arms was on the tackle there.
Mostly positive so far for Glenville this run.
They've just been grinding that clock away, which is so important. West Virginia State received the ball to open up the game, so Glenville State's going to get the ball right back out at the start of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they've had the ball for going on 4 minutes on this drive already.
Hetzel has trips to his left. Lone running back with him. Looks like Bowles. Takes the quick throw to number 33 here. Austin Ratliff. He's fighting for more yardage. Looks like he picks up about 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and a long 3. Cisse on the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
And they really need to get this 3rd down stop right here.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 to go. 50 seconds left in the half as the clock's winding down. Might be thinking a shot to the end zone here. Quick pass. Out to Ratliff again, and the Yellow Jackets snuff it out. It's going to be 4th down.
Just couldn't get anything.
Coach Pennington calls a timeout.
Couldn't get anything going. Just right there as soon as he got the ball.
So after an impressive drive finally put together by Pioneers, it looks like they're going to have to elect a kick.
3rd of the half.
I think field goal right here with it being a 2-possession game. Bring it down to 1 possession. Glenville State gets the ball back at the second half. You got to be thinking, put the ball through the uprights right now.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the Yellow Jackets get put up against their own end zone, and they come up with an impressive stop. Again.
They can't afford to be down as much as they are right now going into the second half. So, yeah,
Clock operator.
Get that field goal, get the points a little bit shorter for them.
Pennington's got his units together, giving him a little pep talk here. I'd be very surprised to see the Pioneers come out on offense, but...
Then again, if they come out with special teams, you always got to be aware of the fake field goal. I don't know if they would try that right here, but it's always an option.
It would be risky, but they have done trick plays today.
It looks like they have their field goal unit coming out.
Please put 34 seconds on the clock.
Unless there is a trick play, but I don't see a trick play happening. Watts ready to come on and make a kick. He's 1 for 2 today.
It's about a 31-yard field goal from here, and he's already missed a 26-yarder, so...
Ball's placed on the right hash mark, so he's going to have a little bit of an angle to work with here. See if the Yellow Jackets bring the house. Snaps off. Kick is up. And the kick is no good.
Wow.
Watts is wide right. So Watts is 1 for 3 today.
One of our guys to watch ain't performing too good right now.
That's 6 points that's been left on the board. So the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets will take over at their 20-yard line, holding a lead 13-3.
And they do still have a timeout, so they can take one good shot here if they choose to.
30 seconds to go. Let's see what they opt to do. Hensley comes out with his unit. Garmin, Zach Pate.
In my opinion, I would say just try it. Might as well. You don't have really anything to lose at the moment unless you do pass.
Garmin lined up to Hensley's left. He receives the snap, drops back to pass. Going to be a short gain. Pass completed to number 21.
Looks like he got out of bounds.
Cameron Spencer.
Smart play, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock.
The senior out of Los Angeles, California on the reception there.
What I was meaning by that, like fumbles, interception.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hensley lines up in the gun. Garmin to his left. Trips to his left, one receiver to his right. Hensley receives a snap, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, looking to his left. Throws the ball to Scott. Scott makes the play. He's got a lot of room to work with here. And a large gain all the way up to the Pioneers 45. 15 seconds left to go. The Yellow Jackets still have a timeout. Looks like they're going to try to clock it right here. Hensley spikes the ball. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 with 11 seconds to go.
What a play from Scott.
You got to be thinking trying to get into field goal range here.
Absolutely. You got 11 seconds. That's enough time to run one more play and then call your timeout. So
you got to get something off quick here, though. If you're gonna throw the ball, you got to get out of bounds or get down quick. Hensley calling the play at the line. Spencer and Pate split out to Hensley's right. Jones, the running back, in the slot to the left, and A.J. Barrett. Garmin sent in motion to Hensley's left. He receives a snap. He's looking to his right, throws the ball quick. He's got Spencer. Spencer out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Another flag on the play.
Might have been roughing the passer again.
We have 2 flags down on the field. One in the area of holding. Let's see what the call is here on the field.
We have 2 fouls on the play.
2 fouls.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 45. Holding. Offense, number 50. These penalties offset. Replay the down.
So it looks like they're going to be offsetting penalties. 6.4 seconds to go here in the half. So we just had a roughing the passer and a holding call. That's the second roughing the passer call on Glenville State. Hensley taking some good shots back there.
That penalty dampers things a little bit because that last play obviously doesn't count, so now we're not in field goal position.
6.4 seconds left to go here. Still have 1 timeout left. Garmin in the backfield with Hensley. 4 receivers lined up. Hensley receives the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking deep, and he takes a short throw over the middle. 1 second left, and it looks like that's going to be the last play of the half. So not able to get in field goal position there for the Yellow Jackets. But all in all, a decent first half for them. A lot of mental mistakes in the beginning of the game. But we're able to clean it up a little bit in the second quarter. So a much better second quarter offensively, especially for the Yellow Jackets. The Pioneers struggling to find some traction offensively. They had a good drive going. But struggled there at the end and had to settle for a field goal, which they ended up missing. So West Virginia State takes a lead into half, 13-3. As the West Virginia State band comes out, ready to perform on the field. Got a couple replays here. Design run by Riddick up the middle. Riddick proven to be a great asset for the West Virginia State offense. He scored the first touchdown for the Yellow Jackets on a 5-yard run.
And then they finally got Zach Pate involved. Those 2 really good catches on that drive earlier in the second quarter.
Hensley and Pate connected on a 39-yard touchdown, put them up 13-3. Some kicking woes for both teams as West Virginia State missed an extra point, and Glenville State has missed 2 field goals. They're 1 for 3.
It's definitely been an off day for their kicker today.
Watch the Ole Miss transfer. Expect a lot out of him, and just hasn't really come through today for his team.
And they've been relatively short kicks, too.
Yes.
So
You're clear.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins, heating, plumbing, and cooling.
I am Anthony Jenkins, the 11th president of West Virginia State University, and I am honored to lead this distinguished institution of higher learning. For 127 years, since 1891, West Virginia State University has been a pillar of stability in higher education, and we have created access and opportunity for so many young men and women, and we've helped transform their lives. Our track record of taking students and turning them into scholars is something that we're extremely proud of. Whether it's athletics, the sciences, or anywhere in between, West Virginia State University can help you achieve your dreams. Maybe you want to play in the NBA. Well, much like Earl Lloyd, an alumnus of our institution, who was the first African American to ever play in the NBA, you can get there from right here. Or what about the 900 military officers that we have produced, the 100 lieutenant colonels and the 15 generals? Individuals like Lieutenant Colonel George Spanky Roberts, who was one of the Tuskegee Airmen who went on to change military aviation combat history. Or what about Katherine Johnson, who inspired the hit movie Hidden Figures, an alumna of our great institution who helped America win the space race. Regardless of what you want to do and where you are coming from, you can get there from West Virginia State University. Our academic programs are of the highest quality. Our business program is ranked third in the nation among small colleges and universities. Our biology program is also ranked third in the nation among small colleges and universities. Recently, we were named the second best public university in West Virginia based on academic quality, return on investment, and diversity. And all of those factors are important in helping you develop holistically and achieve your educational goals.
I came in during my freshman year, which was in 2014, and kind of got acquainted with my classmates and with professors and different organizations and started to blossom socially and academically. I had served as Miss Freshman, Miss Sophomore, Miss Junior, and now I'm Miss West Virginia State University. I've also been enabled to work with many amazing organizations, including the NAACP, and I'm also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I've been afforded many opportunities that I don't feel that maybe I might have gotten at a different institution. And I feel that, somebody like me has really been given a special chance by coming somewhere like West Virginia State.
What brought me to state originally was I had got a walk-on offer for a football team here. But then once again, he actually fell in love with the history of the state and just seeing all the historical figures that had came here. It's just a whole lot of historical figures that you wouldn't think came from here, but they did. And it really shocks a lot of people when I get to tell them about it. Because I also work in the admission office as well, so I get to tell about the history of the state. Ever since I got here, you get one-on-one with your professor that you wouldn't get at a bigger institution as well. The professors here generally care and they want you to succeed. And we have programs in place for us to succeed. We have the Math and Science Tap Room, which is for all the Math and Science classes here at State. And we got the free writing center on the third floor in the library. That's free for all students as well.
The dorm life is really fun. It helps you connect to State. You get to kind of socialize with your roommates as well as other people who live on campus and other athletes. A lot of times like they'll have campus activities and it's easy to go to, or they'll have stuff just for people like who kind of live on campus, so that's always fun. And what I love the most about the dorms is that you kind of have your own room, so whenever you really want that time, you know, to sit down and study or write a paper, like you have your own space. But at the same time, you can go out in the common room and socialize with your roommates, so that's what I love about it.
Selecting a college or university is not always an easy decision. And at State, we hope to make it a little easier for you. Whether you're looking at our academic programs that are nationally ranked, our world-renowned faculty who continue to teach at a high level and do groundbreaking research, whether it's our beautiful campus that lends itself to your safety and your learning, whatever it may be, State, I am confident, is a university for you. I want you to consider joining the Yellow Jacket Nation because it's the greatest nation on the planet. We are committed to making sure that when you join us, that you have the foundation and the wraparound services and the environment to achieve whatever your educational and life dreams may be. Here at State, we want students to understand that the faculty, the staff, and the administration are in partnership with you, and there is never a moment that you have to go at this educational journey alone. So I want you to get on our website, and I want you to check us out. I want you to look at State and understand all the wonderful opportunities that are waiting for you once you get here. And remember, there's nothing better than being a part of the Yellow Jacket Nation.
Avengers! Yeah! Gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Joshua Cole, assistant of Michael Swagger, drum instructor Mr. Ron Newhouse, 2019 West Virginia State University Marching War.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
There for a reason, right?
Stop. Look at what?
What do you have?
Because the Jackie Jackettes are all that.
Another one. We the best music. The legacy continues. DJ Khaled.
I talk gray, I don't keep it white and black. Only say I love you just so I can hear it back sometimes. Other times I love to have you back. Can't think of a night that we ain't turn up to the max, no. Like the album just went platinum. Turns up to the max, if they pop somebody's chain, then we gotta get it back. No discussion to be had, we ain't going out like that, man, we live. Got it on the dresser, I've been under pressure. They wanna see me laid out on the stretcher. Gotta keep my head up. Now all of a sudden, people say we cussing. I keep hearing all this through my brother talk, I can't relate to none of them. My broski doesn't ride, made him not in the line. You can never break ties, we don't really break those, you see, that's a whole nother side.
Those are first downs. Receiving, slash passing, rushing. First down, rushing, passing. Allen is ready. Allen is ready. And welcome back to Lakin Field at Dickerson Stadium as both teams have come out onto the field to warm up for the second half. West Virginia taking a 13-3 lead starting the second half. Glenville State will receive the kick. Brian, what are some first half points that you noticed?
I'm looking at the stats here. Total yards is pretty similar between both teams, 192 for the Yellow Jackets and 168 for the Pioneers. The passing game has been a little rocky for Glenville State, 9 completions for 70 yards together, and rushing 24 for 98. For West Virginia State, it's been the opposite, 16 for 23 passing for 177 yards. That's where we've mainly came with our offense.
Yeah, 62 of those passing yards coming from senior receiver Zach Pate. Had 4 receptions in the first half for 62 yards. Isaiah Scott also picking up 4 receptions for 57 yards. So big production coming out of 2 of our best receivers on the team. West Virginia State and Glenville sends out their special teams unit. Set back deep to return for Glenville State. Darnell Jackson. And number 33, Austin Ratliff.
The momentum is up for West Virginia State right now, being up 13-3. They got to keep going with that momentum. Keep that game up strong.
Olstrom has the ball teed up, ready to kick the ball away. And we're off starting the second half. A line drive kick. Darnell Jackson receives it at the 10-yard line. He's bringing it upfield. Looks like he's got a hole up the middle. And a really good return for the Pioneers, starting off at the 40.
That's not what State needed to have happen right there as soon as the first kickoff of the half starts.
40-yard line, that's really good field position to start off second half, especially when you need a little bit of momentum going your way.
So defensively for the Yellow Jackets, our key player for them, Dustin Krauser, statistically right now has 4 solo tackles and is assisted on 7. So he has 11 total. Another impressive day for this
Kicking
guy.
team.
What an
Number 12,
beast.
5 yards added to the run.
Honestly.
First down.
And he's got a whole second half to play. He could end up with 20 total tackles.
It just seems like he is in on every single play. Behind him, Littleton, the defensive back with 3 tackles. Great tackler defensively, especially for a defensive back. Glenville State comes back out. Looks like Heltzel's under center again. Pender in the backfield. Snaps the ball, hands the ball off at the middle. Pender picks up about 3.5 yards. So he's met by big number 92, Anthony Casillas.
Just want to say it again that I really hope that McNair is okay from the earlier shot he took there. The Hetzel's doing very well as of now. Just hope that he's okay.
Yeah, McNair, we haven't seen McNair since the second drive of the game. He went out with a head injury, target call on Henry Forson. So State was forced to put other defensive backs in. Hetzel under center again, takes a snap, hands it off to Pender to the right. Looks like there's no room to go there. Making a little bit out of nothing, though. He picks up about 1 yard after scrambling around the backfield a little bit. Met by a host of Yellow Jackets, led by number 6, who we do not have on our roster.
Just making the plays happen no matter what. Can't find one hole, just keep on going to the right there. Try to find something. Get as many yards as possible.
Well, Hetzel's 7 for 14 today. Looks like a possible passing situation. Third and about 5 yards. Pender lined up to Hetzel's left. He waits to receive the snap. He drops back to pass. He's looking to his right. Throws to his right. And he connects with number 80, Butler. First down. Picks up about 7 yards. Moves the chains.
Yeah, Javon Butler's been their go-to receiver today so far.
Butler's had a reception. Oh, he's rushed for 45 yards. Had a big gain there in the first half. Hetzel back in the shotgun again. Pender lined up to his right. Takes the snap. He's looking to his right again. Looks for Butler again. Targets him. Hits him on a hitch route. Picks up about 9. And as you said, Butler's been their main guy. It looks like Hetzel's really relying on him, looking for him each and every play.
Seems to be one of the only receivers getting any space from the defenders.
The Yellow Jacket defensive backs are doing a great job corralling these skill guys for the Pioneers.
Just as long as they don't get too comfortable with him and keep going at him.
Seth Arnold and Pender lined up beside Hetzel in the backfield. So receives a snap, hands the ball off to Pender up the middle, and a nice little misdirection. He's got room running on the outside. He's trying to find the corner. Takes it up the sideline, and he's pushed out at the 20-yard line. Looks like there's a flag on the play, though.
He has been very impressive throughout this game. I'm liking what I'm seeing from old Pender there.
Pender pushed out of bounds by a couple of West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. Looks like it's, let's go see what the call is.
Offensive. Holding. Offense. Number 80. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Butler. Take it out. We're talking about Butler doing a great job offensively for the Pioneers. Gets called for a holding penalty, which brings the Pioneers back.
As a result of the play, it's the first down.
34-yard line.
It's like one of the great philosophers once said, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days.
Great philosopher there. Thanks for that, Keith.
Since they did pick up the first down on the play, it will be first down even after the penalty.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Hetzel takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, and just overthrows another receiver.
I think he was just in a hurry to get that ball away on that play.
Looks like it was Ratliff he overthrew. Sorry, Arnold. That was Seth Arnold he overthrew. So 3 or 4 overthrown balls by Hetzel. You got to think it's because of the inexperience here.
Inexperience mixed with really good defensive pressure.
Bowles checks into the game. Got Twins to his right, Butler alone to the left. Hetzel set to take the snap. He hands the ball off to Bowles in the backfield. He's a tough guy to bring down, but he's brought down. Bet by big 92. Anthony Casillas.
Normally with room, he can be very hard, yes, but whenever someone's right there as soon as the play goes off, nobody can get through that.
So Casillas really making an impact on this drive. Second solo tackle today in the second half. Bowles lines up next to Hetzel in the backfield again. They're in the gun. Butler off by himself in the slot to the left. Hetzel takes the snap, looks to his right, goes back to his left, scrambles around, and he's tackled.
Excellent job there.
Jamal Fox in there, one of our highlighted guys on defense with the sack. So it's going to be 4th down and a long 13, but it looks like the Pioneers offense is staying out on the field.
I think they have to at this point.
13-3, 2-possession game. Bowles lined up next to Hetzel in the backfield. Twins to his right and left. Let's see what the defense opts to do here. Hetzel drops back to pass. There's a lot of pressure, and he's sacked again. A host of Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Just getting to that line there, man.
It looks like Arms led the way for the Yellow Jackets.
Defense has just been too much the past 2 plays there.
As soon as Hetzel snapped the ball, there was 4 Yellow Jackets already in his face. He just had nowhere to go.
Got to do a little bit better at protecting him.
For anybody keeping up with the West Virginia Mountaineer football game, the Mountaineers are leading 31-24 with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. So a good game over there up in Morgantown as well. Hensley comes back out on the field for the Yellow Jackets. Garmin in the backfield. Hensley sends Garmin in motion to his right. Hensley takes the snap. He's looking downfield to his right. He's got a lot of time. Great pocket. Checks down to Garmin. Penalty flag thrown on the play. Looks like it's in the area of holding. The Yellow Jackets pick up 10 yards on the play, but it looks like it'll probably be coming back.
Very unfortunate there. As good of a pickup as that was, you don't need stuff like that to happen.
I guess a positive you could take from that is that Hensley had all day to throw.
Early offense. 10-yard, number 50.
So it is
10-yard penalty. Play first down.
First down and 20 to go. So a long way to go for a fresh set of downs for the Yellow Jackets. Assuming a healthy dose of passing here, as they have some really good sure-handed receivers.
They keep doing that, they'll be golden.
Garmin lined up behind Hensley. Hensley receives a snap. He hands the ball and draw up the middle. Picks up about 2 yards on the play. So they opt on a draw there. Garmin did a good job of making something out of nothing as he was met in the backfield, but managed to break a tackle and pick up a couple of yards. Second and about 18. Hensley ready to go quick, throws the ball out to Pate. Pate's got some room on the outside, cuts upfield up on the sideline, and a nice gain.
Once again, the Hurricane connection coming through for a little bit more yards there, getting closer and closer to that first down.
Some great blocking by the West Virginia State receivers to give Pate some room to cut upfield. It's going to be third and manageable here for the Yellow Jackets. They set up at the 50-yard line. Hensley in the shotgun. Lucas to his left. Receives the snap. Hensley drops back, looks to pass, looks to his right. Has a man open. Saquon Smith on the catch. Gets the first down on the Pioneer 40.
Good job of extending the drive after that costly holding penalty.
Saquon Smith, a big target, 6'3", 205-pound junior. It's a great hook up there. It's going to be a fresh set of downs. So after the penalty on first down, it made it 1st and 20. The Yellow Jackets managed to pick up 20 yards and get a first down.
Completely wide open. Good job.
Dante Jones and Lucas in the backfield with Hensley. Hensley drops back to pass, looks to his right, throws it. Saquon Smith again.
What a grab.
Nice catch there. Good connection going by Hensley and Smith. And a little hitch route. First down. So on 1st and 10, they pick up 10. Get a fresh set.
Making up for that miss earlier in the game. Missed a catch earlier. 2 straight connections.
Jones and Garmin in the backfield. Twins to Hensley's left. Hensley waits to receive the snap. He drops back, and it looks like it's going to be a handoff to Garmin up the middle. And he's stuffed up the middle. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Not much going there.
Their passing game is so much more effective right now than their running game.
You got to think the pass is setting up an opportunity for the run, though. At some point, they're going to break a big one, I got to say.
Eventually, I believe so, yes.
This being a run-pass option offense, it all depends on what Glenville's giving them. If they're stacking that box, they're going to throw it. If they got a light box, they're going to run it. Garmin to Hensley's right. Jones in front of him. Fakes the handoff, looking to his left. Throws off his back foot to Pate. Pate makes the reception. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Right about at the yard to gain. It's going to be first down.
Glenville State is having such a tough time containing Zach Pate right now.
Pate has really proven why he's the top target this year for the Yellow Jackets as he picks up another reception. I believe that's his 6th on the day. He's approaching that century mark. The Yellow Jackets with the rare huddle. It's Hensley in the back. In the shotgun with Garmin in the backfield behind him. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to the left to Garmin. Big hole, a lot of room, and a nice run gain right there. Picks up about 7 or 8 on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and short.
Excellent job there to find that hole, get through there, pick up as many yards as possible, and get closer to the touchdown.
They're going to have a good opportunity here to take a shot at the end zone, at being 2nd and very manageable. See if the Glenville State Pioneers have an answer for them. Pate lined up in the slot. Saquon Smith out wide next to him. Garmin in the backfield with Hensley. Hensley receives a snap, hands the ball up the middle. Garmin's got room. And he's going to be close to that end zone. He's going to be marked down just shy at the 1 yard line.
And what did you just say earlier? The pass game leading to an excellent running game eventually.
The run game is starting to open up for the Yellow Jackets. They seem to get everything rolling. Zach Pate checks out of the game. Looks like they might bring in their more offensive linemen here.
Now can Glenville hold them off there just a little bit more?
So it's going to be 1st and 1. It's going to be tough for these Pioneers to keep Yellow Jackets from getting that 1 yard. Garmin lined up directly behind Hensley. Hands the ball off to Garmin up the middle, and he's met in the backfield. Wow. Some great penetration by the Pioneers there.
They were expecting it. They expected him to come right up the middle there, right there as soon as he tried.
The Yellow Jackets bring in their beefier package. You got to be expecting a run there, and sure enough they did. Riddick checks into the game at quarterback. As we talked about, their great dual threat.
This could be very interesting.
You expect him to run the ball here.
Lined up next to him is Isaac Howard. Sends a man in motion. And he's met again at the line. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, and we just talked about it. It's going to be hard for these Pioneers to stop the Yellow Jackets from gaining 1 yard and getting that touchdown. But so far, done a great job of doing that.
This could be a potential passing play here, since they've been stopped twice in a row on the run.
Hensley checks back in the game. You pretty much can expect that when Riddick's into the game, he's not going to throw a lot.
You got to think. You got to do something different. Got to do something to get them off their toes there.
Peyton Smith lined up stacked to the right. Hensley in the gun. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Lucas. Throwing the back right of the end zone to Pate. Pate makes the catch. Touchdown, Jackets.
Excellent catch there.
What a catch in the back of the end zone by Zach Pate. There's that hurricane connection again that Keith has been talking about so much.
That's what I'm saying. They got to keep teaming up, man. Good 1-2 punch. Hurricane. Bam, boom.
Great effort there from Pate, extending out to make that grab.
So the Jackets add on to their lead, making it 19-3. A big extra point coming up here to go up by 17, hopefully. Olstrom lines up ready to kick the extra point. Snap is away. It's good. Kick is up, and kick is good. So the Jackets take a 20-3 lead over the Glenville State Pioneers.
Or successful field goal run for that time.
Timeout on the field. Media timeout.
That drive altogether, though, mixing it run and pass better than they have the entire first half.
All right, with 5 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, we're going to go ahead and head to break.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Welcome back to Dickerson Field. Lakin Field at Dickerson Stadium. The Yellow Jackets just capped off a scoring drive to go up 20-3. Special teams units are out on the field for both teams. Jackson and Ratliff back deep to return. So we're just waiting on the Yellow Jacket kickoff unit to get out on the field.
Had me fooled there. I didn't know that they were going to do such a good job running the ball after just so many passing plays, but then whenever they tried to run, just nothing happened. They did an excellent job switching it up there near the end of that last drive. State did.
The Pioneers did a great job of holding State off for those 3 downs, but didn't. Just unfortunate for them that Zach Pate is sure-handed as he is, and he and Hensley have such a great connection. You got to think they've been probably playing football together. They're both seniors for 8 years or so.
Yeah.
Olstrom tees the ball up, ready to kick off. The Pioneers had a great return at the beginning of the second half. Ball falls off the tee here, so we're going to have to wait to get underway with that. Darnell Jackson's a dangerous return man. He's the Pioneers running back. unfortunately, the Pioneers haven't really had a lot going for them today offensively.
Had a couple drives here and there, but then obviously the kicker's been off today. They could have 9 points on the board, but
they seem very inconsistent. Some points they're doing really good. Other points,
Holstrom kicks it away. Jackson on the return from the 8-yard line takes it upfield. Looks like he's got another hole, and he's met at the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag that was thrown. Looks like it's going to be a block in the back on Glenville State. So it's going to push them back another 10 yards, I believe.
I could be wrong there. It looked like a little bit of extracurricular talk here.
Looks like it's going to call a holding. Yeah, with this being an important game.
Receiving team, number 12, 10 yards from the spot of foul. First down.
Trying to play that mental game. So Glenville State's going to start off here at about the 20-yard line. The West Virginia State defense takes the field again, playing very, very well. Hetzel comes back out with his offensive unit. You got to think they got to start trying to target Butler a little bit more. He's been their guy offensively whenever they have had things going for them.
Either target Butler or give it to Pender here.
So Hetzel takes the snap, and it's going to be a design quarterback draw. He's met. He picks up about 6 yards, so not a bad gain there on first down. I think that's what Glenville State needs to start focusing on, just picking up little chunks of yardage at a time, not trying to get everything back. It's going to be hard to come back down 17 points with as explosive as the West Virginia State offense has been.
Yeah, that play looked like it would go more than 6 yards.
Hetzel lines up in the shotgun. Pender to his right. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Pender. Pender trying to find the edge, and he does a little bit. Picks up about 3 yards on a nice effort. It was a tough 3 yards to gain.
That's something that Pender never quits on a play no matter what. He looks like he's going to be taken down, but just breaks the tackle and keeps going.
He's limping a little bit as he comes back to his position. Pender definitely, the Pioneers have some running backs that just run the ball hard. They are hard to take down, and the Yellow Jackets have been doing a great job of bringing them down, tackling them in open field. Hetzel ready to receive the snap, fakes the handoff to Pender, throws a little screen to Butler, and it's dropped. Great coverage there by number 23, Ibrahim Cisse.
Butler just having one of those moments there, unable to just get a hold of it.
I'm not sure if he had much room to run, even if he would have corralled it, but nonetheless, great coverage, and the Pioneers are going to have to punt again.
Yeah, I definitely think he would have lost a couple yards if he did catch it.
Yeah.
Going to rely here on Watts to try to change field position. He's got a really good leg. Hasn't showcased it well today. A lot of line drive kicks, not enough hang time. Pate back deep to return. Trying to set up some good field position for the Yellow Jackets. And it's a fake. Austin Ratliff takes the ball on the left side. He's got a lot of room to run. He's picked up the first down and a lot more. He's got one man to beat, and Pate makes the tackle.
The trickery of this team. 2 big times that they've done trick plays. Both have came up in pretty decent yardage.
A huge gain there for Glenville State as they completely flip the field position and also get their offense back out on the field.
Looks like it was about a 48-yard gain there on a fake punt. Wow.
Didn't really expect that, being on their own 37-yard line, being down 17 points, but it pays off, and in a big way.
At this stage of the game, though, you got to think that was a smart play for them to do.
Definitely was.
Hetzel lines up under center. Takes the snap, and another trick play, the same play they ran earlier, Butler on the outside, but this time it's snuffed out by the Yellow Jackets defense. Picked up 45 yards on that play the last time, this time only getting 2.
That's one of those fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me type deals right there.
Trying to get Butler involved a little bit more in their offense. They really need to get him going. Ratliff and Butler lined up to the right. Hetzel lines up under center. Bowles in the backfield. Hetzel takes a snap, hands the ball off on a misdirection to Bowles, and brought down. A nice open field tackle again. We talked about it earlier. Looks like Tanner Williams on the play. The Charleston, West Virginia native makes the play, but we talked about it. Open field tackling. Been really, really, really good for the Yellow Jackets defense. Been impressive.
Very impressive.
Hetzel lines up in the gun. Bowles to his left. Arnold to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to his right. Has a man open in the flat. It's Arnold, and he drops it. Arnold dropped the pass in the flat. So it's going to be 4th down. Let's see if they bring out the field goal unit or go for it. It looks like they're keeping their offense out on the field. So it's going to be a long 4th and 7. This is a big play for the Pioneers. They really need this if they're going to stay in this game. West Virginia State Yellow Jackets are looking really hard to stop offensively.
It's been a big problem for Glenville State. A lot of receivers have been dropping all kinds of passes today.
Overthrows, drops, a lot of mental mistakes on the Pioneer side. You got to think it's going to be hard to win a lot of ball games whenever that's happening.
Glenville native have been doing pretty well up to that point, though.
Hetzel changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Pender moves to his right, calls out a linebacker. And it looks like it's going to be a delay of game. Oh, they call a timeout. Glenville State calls a timeout just before the delay.
Timeout. Glenville.
That could have been a
their first of the half.
Yards.
Very close.
But they get the call off. So what's the answer here for Glenville State? You got to target Butler, right? Their big guy, their best offensive target right now. They've got to get something to him.
Timeout on the field.
At least, right?
Immediate timeout.
If that's what they're thinking about doing, I think if you're West Virginia State, you would automatically try to double him.
All right, and as we take this timeout, we're going to take a break ourselves.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hard-working multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians, those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name, and those who know that a fast-paced life is best navigated with a family who has your back. We are West Virginia State University, and if this is you, you're one of us.
And welcome back as Glenville State gets set to try for this long 4th down play. They really need this right here. You got to think it would be so difficult to come back down 17 points. There's still a lot of football left to play, but with the way the Yellow Jackets offense is looking, they seem pretty tough to bring down right now.
Yeah, and if Glenville State doesn't get this, I would imagine West Virginia State would just start running the ball every time just to take that clock down.
Hetzel having a hard time completing passes. He's 9 for 19 right now, just 47% on the day. His top target has been Butler. He's got 4 receptions for 32 yards. Ratliff has 3 receptions for 25 yards. So those are 2 guys to look for on this play that he might be throwing to. Butler lined up alone to his right, but it looks like State's got a safety over top, helping with the man coverage down there. Hetzel calls play. He's ready to receive the snap from the shotgun. Drops back, looks to his right, throws it up to Butler. And Butler hauls it in for the touchdown.
One-handed grab for the touchdown.
What a nice pitch and catch by Hetzel to Butler. And we talked about it. Butler had to be their target. He's their big guy, their best athlete on offense, and they managed to connect. That was a huge play for the Pioneers.
And that's something that the Yellow Jackets should have been able to figure out. I mean, I think they really should have doubled him there.
Glenville needed that to stay competitive in this game. If they would have missed that again, almost out the window at this point. I mean, I know you have another quarter left, but you got to imagine.
Pioneers line up for the extra point. Watts having a rough day, and see if he can get this one through. Snap's good. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So after the touchdown pass to Butler, Glenville State narrows the deficit to 10 points. And that powerful West Virginia State offense will be taking the field again.
Now, if you're West Virginia State, you want to maintain the same type of momentum you had. Keep trying to get first downs, take some of that time off the clock.
Don't let a Glenville touchdown negate what you've been doing throughout the entire game. Keep that offense going strong, keep the momentum going, get that touchdown again, and keep your lead, basically.
Absolutely.
Little stat update here for you. Austin Hensley is having an impressive day right now. It's 21 for 28 on the day, 75%. Throwing for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we still have a lot of football left to play.
Sure do.
His top target's been Pate. 7 receptions, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. A couple of really nice throws to him. So we're looking to see that connection some more as the game continues. Back deep to return, Peyton Hunter, number 83, and Isaiah Scott, number 13.
Will the Hurricane connection continue to be the upside to this West Virginia State offense? We're about to find out.
Glenville State tees the ball up. Watts ready to kick the ball. See if we can get a good return here. Set up some good field position for the Yellow Jackets. Watts raises his hand. And we're off on the kickoff here. Ball's kicked deep. It's going to be received back in the end zone. Takes it out. Finds some room up the right side. Jukes, a couple jukes, and he's finding some room. He's got a lot of room on the right side. He's going down the sideline. And what looked like was going to be a short return turns into a really nice one.
That's what you get when you work hard, try to keep going as hard as you can. You find the room and get what you need. And they needed that for sure to get some excellent yardage.
Hunter was really tough to bring down there. He just kept fighting.
Some impressive juke moves.
Managed to break a couple tackles and find some room up the sideline to start up some really good field position. I mean, they could have been brought down right there at the 18, 17-yard line and been pinned back deep. That would have been huge for the Pioneers.
John, I also think, though, that if they would have, they could have just slowed down the game a little bit more, kept that lead. But, however, this is probably a lot better off for them.
Hensley takes the shotgun snap, looks to his right, throws. Oh, and it's almost picked off by number 1, Jansen King. That would have been an impressive catch, but that would have been huge for Glenville State. That was a very dangerous pass there.
Yeah, Hensley avoided disaster right there.
Hensley gets the call. He's letting the line know what the play is. Twins to his left. Lucas in the backfield behind him. Dante Jones also in the backfield. Lucas set in motion.
State needs to avoid that as much as possible.
Hensley takes the shotgun snap, drop back, draws some pressure, and it's batted down by number 6 for Glenville State, Dominic Sazoskis. Sazoskis has had a great game today. He's had several tackles. He's been in on a lot of plays.
Hensley looks like he was working that right hand a little bit. Might have gotten a little bit hurt by that. Hopefully it's not too much to 100% affect him, but it did look like he was working it out there, trying to get the kinks out.
Sazoskis is a big guy, 6'2", 255. That's a lot of weight being thrown around at you. 3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Hensley in the shotgun. Lucas behind Hensley. 2 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Lucas in motion. Hensley takes the shotgun snap, looks to his right, has time, makes a throw, has a man open, and it's caught for a first down. Looks like Dante Jones on the reception, the halfback. Some great hands from Dante Jones. He has made a lot of plays today. He's really impressed me from the running back position, having such good hands.
Just been fighting for it. I love to see it whenever these guys just fight to get more yards. That's what it's all about right there.
He picked up about 5 or 6 after the catch, after contact was made, so impressive. Lucas put in motion the shotgun here. Hensley hands the ball off to Lucas. Lucas runs up the middle, drops the ball, there's a fumble. A little scrum, but it looks like Lucas may have gotten it back. The referee calls 2nd down, so the Yellow Jackets were fortunate there and avoided disaster on the turnover. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6.
Lucas doesn't normally fumble the football. It's interesting.
Looks like one of the Pioneer linebackers just got a hand in on it. Lucas checks out of the game. Garmin checks in. Hensley in the shotgun. Garmin lined up behind Hensley. Got 2 receiver splits to his left, 1 to his right. Hensley takes the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff up the middle. Looks to his left. Finds Pate. Pate's got a lot of room to run. And a big pickup there for 20 yards to Pate. And I think that just broke the century mark for Pate in receiving yards today. He has had an incredible day so far.
Holding.
The Hurricane connection coming back again, coming strong as we're getting so much closer to them being back in even field. Well, they're in field goal range, getting close to a touchdown.
Well, it looks like there was a penalty call on the play, and it negated a 20-yard pass play from Hensley to Pate. So never mind on the connection there on a holding call. So it's going to be, instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 2nd down and about 15. Twins to his left. Garmin lined up in the backfield with Hensley. Hensley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to his right, looks back to his left, and just kind of throws the ball out of the... Had Pate open.
Yeah, throwing on your back foot like that, it's going to be hard to get it out there.
It looks like Pate might be hurt right now, limping a little bit off the field.
That is not good. That's been the guy, their go-to guy basically the entire game. They need to hope that he can come back and be okay after that.
It's going to be 3rd and long right now. Might have got hurt on the tackle on his long pass play. Hensley lined up in the gun. Garmin to his right. Hensley takes a snap, looks to his right. Looks like a screen pass. Garmin goes out to block. Nice blocking. That's A.J. Barrett on the... They're having trouble bringing him down. Looks like there might have been a fumble on the play. What looked like was going to be 5 yards ended up turning into about 8 or 9.
It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field again for this 4th down.
4th and 6 right now. Correction, that might have been Dante Jones on the screen pass right there. Fighting for a lot of yards. He's a tough guy to bring down. Hensley in the gun again. Garmin to his left. Trips to his left. Drops back. Looking to his left. Throws the ball. There's a penalty flag on the play. That's going to be pass interference on the defense. It looks like number 2, Delonte Hood, was just draped all over the receiver. The target, number 81 for West Virginia State, Blake Thompson.
Mistakes Glenville just needed to avoid coming back to bite them this time around.
That ball was going to be overthrown. Mm-hmm. There was no shot at receiving that ball.
Yeah, if I would have been on defense, I would have just laid off because there's no way he would have came away with that football.
And that really hurts the Pioneers there as the
pass interference.
Fresh set of downs.
Defense, number 2, spot foul, automatic 1st down.
Zach Pate is still yet to check back into the game. Looks like he's being worked on by the trainer down there. We hope he is able to get healthy and get back into the game. A minute left in the 3rd quarter. West Virginia State holding a 20-10 lead. Blake Thompson checks in for Zach Pate. Cameron Spencer split out wide to the left. Hensley calls the play at the line. Dante Jones and Garmin in the backfield with him. A.J. Barrett split out wide by himself to the right. Garmin goes into motion. Hensley takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Garmin. Throws a slant route to Barrett. Nice hands by Barrett. Great catch. Really good defensive coverage there by number 1, Jansen King. But Barrett managed to corral the throw.
Barrett's about as sure-handed as you can get as well. We have a lot of receivers that know how to catch the football.
Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They can pick up a 1st down. Ball's on the 13-yard line.
Senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, A.J. Barrett. Great job there. Great job holding the ball, getting it around, getting that down there.
Hensley in the shotgun. Barrett's in the slot to the left. Hands the ball off to Garmin up the middle. Garmin trying to find some room, but just can't. He's stuffed at the middle. So not much going there.
It's been the case most of this football game with the run game. Just not a lot of space to run.
And it looks like the Yellow Jackets are just going to let the clock run out. And we're going to go into the 4th quarter, holding a 20-10 lead. So a great quarter there. Not much going for the Pioneers at first, but they managed to score a touchdown on a connection to Butler. Great pass from the inexperienced Hetzel, but managed to keep this game competitive, as Keith said. Yellow Jackets needing to find some more on offense, though. And before this 4th quarter starts, we're going to go ahead and head into break.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
And welcome back for the start of the fourth quarter. West Virginia State leading Glenville State 20-10. This would be a big conference win for the Yellow Jackets, coming off of a Week 1 win against Frostburg State. The Jackets would really like to go into their next away game at Southern Missouri State, 2-0. They would really like that a lot. The Jackets come out on offense. It's going to be second down. Ball on the 13-yard line, 10 to go. They can pick up a first. Pate back out from the sideline.
What a bit of a statement it would be for West Virginia State University going to their game still undefeated, even though early in the season. That's definitely got to be a confidence booster.
Correction, Pate goes back to the sideline, but he is up and walking. He's got his helmet with him. Jones and Garmin in the backfield. Correction, Jones is at tight end right now. Hensley takes a snap. Look into the back of the end zone to the left to Isaiah Scott, and good defense there by Delonte Hood.
Almost picked off. He had a hand on it, but just couldn't bring it down.
Wanted to work the back shoulder there to Isaiah Scott, but couldn't quite find the connection. Zach Pate looks eager to get back into the game. And here he comes. 3rd down and 10. They're going to need him.
Yeah, I say he throws the ball in his direction on this play.
You at least got to take a look, right?
Yeah.
Pate's 97 yards on the day. 3 yards for that century mark.
He wants it, man. You can feel it. He wants that 100.
Trips to the left. Dante Jones and Isaiah Scott out there with Zach Pate. Lucas sent in motion. Hensley takes a snap. Looks to his right. Has Barrett and just could not quite find the connection there. A little too far out in front. So it looks like West Virginia State's going to have to come on for a field goal try. This is a big field goal. Olstrom comes onto the field. Looks like Zach Pate's coming out for the hold.
He does it all, doesn't he? Holds, catches, runs.
Returns kicks. He's having quite a day today. Olstrom lined up, ready for the kick. Snap is off. Snap's good. Holds good. Kicks up. And the kick is good. So the Yellow Jackets add on to their lead, making it 23-10.
No matter how much it is, any score
Timeout on the field.
Lead for
Media
sure.
timeout.
Makes it a 2-touchdown lead instead of a touchdown and a field goal.
So the Jackets haven't run the ball much. They've been a pretty pass-oriented offense so far. Right there, they relied on it a lot and couldn't quite find any connections. At some point, you got to think that Glenville State might fall asleep and the Yellow Jackets will have a big gain on a draw play or something like that. You got to be careful being the Pioneers. But the Pioneers are set to take the ball again. Looking for a good return, try to get some good field position. They just haven't had much going for them today.
That is something they've done really well today, though, is on the kick returns. They've gotten pretty good yardage each time they've been kicked to.
From the very beginning of the game, even though those first 2 plays were having West Virginia State University kind of back towards the wall there, still very good at getting that field coverage on the beginning plays.
We've talked about it several times already, but you got to think this game could be completely different if McNair wouldn't have gone down in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Glenville State's starting quarterback out with a head injury. We haven't seen him the whole day. So a lot of experience time for Hetzel.
When it comes to that, it's just now if.
Pioneers and the Jackets ready to send their special teams units out onto the field.
And I think if you're Hetzel, maybe run the ball to start off this next drive, get a little bit of momentum, and then since he's been a little bit inaccurate with the football today, maybe running the ball will ease him in a little bit.
We talked about how great of an impact Krauser on defense has been for West Virginia State, but Silzalskis for the Pioneers has done a great job as well. He's totaled 10 tackles himself, 6 being solo. Krauser looking at 12 total tackles. They're pillars on their respective defenses.
Point I was trying to make was it's all about what ifs. What if they could have had their starting quarterback? At this point, State has been doing well at seizing the opportunity of the fact that they don't have their starting quarterback right now. So they're their defense is doing well against them. Hopefully they'll keep it going back throughout the rest of the game.
That's right. West Virginia State has the ball teed up, ready to kick it off. Back deep again, Darnell Jackson and Austin Ratliff. Kick is away to Darnell Jackson. He's going to let it sail through the end zone. So the Pioneers are going to set up on the 25-yard line. A little bit of chippiness going on the field. You expect to see it in a relatively close game. Pioneers down 13 points with 14 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Getting close to the end there. Both teams still trying to fight for that win.
The Yellow Jacket defense will take the field, led by Krauser.
Yeah, they cannot afford to let up at all. It's only 13 points and there's still 14 minutes left in this football game.
You got to think that Butler is going to be a main focus here. Kyle Alexander's out wide on him, playing man coverage, dropping back a little bit more. It's going to be someone we're going to keep a look on. Hetzel takes the snap, fakes the pass. He's got a lot of room rolling out to his right. It looks like he's just going to tuck it and just run out of bounds for a loss of about 13 yards. So a rough start on 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
Don't blame them for doing that at all, especially like we've been saying what happened earlier with McNair. Don't want your second quarterback to go down, much less your first. But
right there, you got to think just throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah,
that's true.
You only lost 2 yards, but that 2 yards can be a big difference, especially when you're down 13 in the fourth quarter. Hetzel lines up in the gun, twins to his left, single receiver out to his right, takes a snap, looks to his right. It's going to be a QB draw, and it is stuffed out. Looks like big number 48, Donovan Campbell, defensive lineman, on the tackle there.
And again, an unnecessary hit to the quarterback. He could have just dove and avoided contact.
Hetzel lined up in the shotgun once again, twins to his left. It's going to be 3rd and 11. This is a big down for them. They really need this here. They've come through on long 3rd down plays. He drops back, looks to his right, has a man open, but just some miscommunication.
Don't mean to correct you there on the last one, but I think you said 48. Donovan Campbell was 49.
Okay.
That's all.
About a 50-50 ticket. Here's the winning number.
So a misconnection there by Hetzel. Little miscommunication. The receiver ran a different route than what Hetzel thought he was going to run. So the Pioneers are going to have to punt the ball away to the Jackets again. And back deep, Zach Pate, number 17, ready to receive it.
I wonder if we'll get more trickery on this one.
The last time the Pioneers came out to punt, they faked it and gained about 45 yards on a big run. Watts takes the snap, kicks the ball away. It's a spiral to Pate. Pate's going to let it drop. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Let's see where they decide to place it. It's going to be at the 35-yard line. So not terrible position for the Jackets. But you got to think, a score right here, it's going to be hard to come back from for the Pioneers with as bad as their offense has been today.
Yeah, I mean, if they allow a field goal, it's still 2 possessions. But if
timeout, immediate timeout on the field.
You can pretty much ice it away.
Got to think here that you're going to see a lot of possible running the ball, trying to get the clock whittled down as far as they can get it.
But that's been the issue. We haven't been able to run the ball very successfully today.
Running as much as possible on this, but don't do it to where you're having to take a really risky pass.
Garmin and Lucas today both have gained 51 yards together collectively, so not much going on the ground, but through the air, the Yellow Jackets have been stellar. Riddick has 4 attempts, 7 yards gained, one of them being a touchdown. But Hensley has just looked absolutely impressive today. 25 of 37, 67%, throwing for 285 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Once again, that Hurricane connection there with Pate and Hensley just has been stellar, connecting multiple times this game.
Well, like we said earlier before, State's they have so many targets. Hensley doing a good job of just throwing the ball to whoever's there and whoever's open. Zach Pate's got 8 receptions for 97 yards. Barrett, 5 receptions for 68. Scott's got 4 receptions for 57 yards. I mean, you can double one guy, but that other guy's going to be open, it seems like. Just too many targets for the Pioneers to have to worry about.
And that's a great thing because even whenever Pate went out with a little bit of an injury there, they still had so many to make up for that. You just don't know where they're going to throw to.
Yellow Jackets offense takes the field. Saquon Smith and Zach Pate. Out to Hensley's right. Garmin lined up in the backfield behind Hensley.
Saquon, another one, had 2 straight complete passes earlier.
Hensley takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle to Garmin. Garmin's got a little bit of room to run. Cuts back upfield, picks up a nice gain on first down. Picks up 5 yards on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
And that's a good way to start. 5 yards on a run when you've been struggling all game.
And we're going to probably start to see the Yellow Jackets run the clock down just a little bit more than what they usually do. They typically like to go fast, and they've gone fast today. Hensley lined up in the gun again. Garmin in the backfield. Takes a snap, rolls out to his left, looking to pass. Pass is complete to Scott. Scott's got some room down the sideline. Breaks a tackle. He's down the sideline, the 20. Runs out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. So a nice gain there. Huge chunk picked up by the Jackets.
Almost a little surprising somewhat. It seemed like he was just going to be okay with just getting the first down, but as soon as he was able to juke, got so much more out of that.
Well, Keith, you talked about it. You love it seeing the ball carriers fight for those extra yards, and sure enough, it paid off there.
That was a 40-yard gain right there.
It's a good lesson for life in general. And keep working hard, keep fighting for it, and you'll eventually get it.
Hensley on the offense, line up in the gun again. Garmin lined up behind Hensley. Hensley takes the snap, hands the ball off to his right. Garmin looking for some room, and he almost has the ball stripped there. That was a close one. Picks up about 3 yards. Got to really focus on protecting the ball this late in the game. And with a 2-possession lead, you really cannot let turnovers kill you right now.
Yeah,
that was a close call.
They were definitely trying to rip that ball out right there. He did a good job protecting it right there.
And Glenville's looking for any opportunity they can to change the momentum because everything seems to be in State's favor right now.
With all the being said of fighting and everything, sometimes you can fight too hard where you start making very costly mistakes. State cannot have that happen at this point in the game.
State lines up in the gun again. Garmin to the right. Hands the ball off to Garmin up the middle, looking for some room to run. Picks up a solid couple chunks again. We're seeing the Yellow Jackets start to huddle, which is a rare sight to see because they love to get the ball going. But at this point, the clock is the Pioneers' biggest enemy right now.
Forward movement, that's all that State needs to do right now. Keep it going, keep getting yards, keep the ball in their possession. Don't make any foolish mistakes, just have it keep going that direction.
3rd and 4 for West Virginia State as they huddle up, get the play call. Got to think short pass or a run here again, keep the clock rolling. 7 seconds down on the play clock. Garmin to Hensley's right. Hensley takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking. They're going to go deep. They're going for the end zone here to Barrett. The ball's tipped. Coverage by Delonte Hood and Jansen King. Good coverage there. So you can't quite connect with Barrett. So the Jackets are going to have to take a field goal here. Holstrom comes out. Go ahead.
I understand wanting to do it at that point, but I just think it would have been smarter for them to keep going short, getting those yardages, and get the first down there. I don't know how smart that was, honestly.
Hensley threw into double coverage there to Barrett. Barrett a big target, but couldn't quite connect. Holstrom lines up the kick. Pate ready for the hold. Here comes the snap. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. Kick is no good. So the Jackets cannot capitalize on a big pass play. The offense kind of sputters at the end and might be due to some timing. They're used to moving fast. Forced to kind of slow down a little bit more, and the rhythm was kind of disrupted a little bit, and that might be an issue. I understand whittling the clock down, but when your offense is rolling as much as it is, keep going.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that pass on that 3rd down. Maybe just keep running the ball, taking the clock further down, and if you get to like a 4th and 1, run the ball again since you had success that drive. You could have just kept it going.
It seemed very unnecessary at that stage in the game. Why not just try to continue running it and try to get the first down?
Glenville State lines up in the gun. Pender to Hetzel's right. He's got Twins to his left, Twins to his right as well. Looks to his left, he's passing. He's looking, throws to the sideline, ball's tipped. Incomplete. Targeted number 26 there, Robert Johnson. The 5'8", 180-pound slot receiver. Couldn't quite connect there. It just seems like Hetzel is just not on the same page with his receivers, and it's got to be due to that inexperience, right?
Yeah. Being a back, you might not be practicing with the starters, and shows right there.
He's not so familiar with them.
Lines up in the gun, trips to his left, Pender to his left as well. Hetzel takes the snap, looks to his left, looks back to his right. There's a screen pass to Pender. Pender's got a little bit of room up the sideline. They're going to get a big chunk here. Oh, and he's up there. He broke away. He's at the 40. Cuts back upfield, and a huge gain on a screen play for the Pioneers.
If there's one thing State needed to do was make sure that they watched him and they watched Butler. They've been paying attention to Butler a little bit more now, but they let their guard down a little bit there on that, and he just was able to break away and get some more yardage.
Pender with a huge gain there. That was big for the Pioneers. It sets up 1st and 10. Hetzel in the shotgun here. Takes the snap. Going to pass again. Looks to his right. Throws the ball. He's got a man open in the end zone. Touchdown, Butler. There's the connection that we've been talking about. Hetzel's looking real comfortable now after that screen pass. Get him some confidence going. And that was a huge score for the Pioneers as they cut it to a 1-possession lead with 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. So we have a ball game, fellas.
We definitely do. That screen pass that went for 55 yards set that drive up completely.
The Pioneers showing some life offensively.
This is what I was hoping for. A good close game. Let's get it going, boys.
Watts lines up for the extra point. Snap is off. Hold is off. It's good. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 10 minutes and 20 seconds left, the Yellow Jackets take a lead, 23-17. The Pioneers are looking real good right now. They're looking tough to stop. A big screen helped out on a huge 3rd down play, and then a touchdown pass to Butler. The Jackets defense breaking a little bit there on that drive. We talked about bending, but not breaking. They seem to break right there.
They've been really good the entire game, but whenever it matters the most, just right now, unfortunately, that was one small break. Hopefully they can come back and not have that happen anymore for the next 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
Butler also approaching the century mark. We've been talking about Pate most of the time, but the Pioneers' best receiver, Butler, has been looking really good too. He's got 6 receptions for 80 yards, averaging 13.3. Hetzel starting to turn into a pretty good day for him as well. He's 12 for 24 with 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's not looking too bad for being a sophomore quarterback who hasn't had a lot of experience. He's missed on a lot of open receivers, but as of late, he's been looking pretty decent.
Now getting thrown into a position you may not be comfortable with, he's definitely been stepping up when he needs to, trying to keep this Glenville team alive and keep them competitive.
Watts tees the ball up, ready to kick off. Back deep, Peyton Hunter. Nice, Hunter receives the ball at about the 10-yard line. He's looking for some room to run, cuts up the sideline, trying to break some tackles, but he's stuffed up at about the 21-yard line. So not quite the return you want to see for the Yellow Jackets. A weird kick as it spiraled in the air off the tee, but took a Glenville State bounce. Hunter hauled it in, gained about 11 yards, and was met by about 4 Pioneers. So a big offensive drive right here. You got to think that the Yellow Jackets are going to really put their foot on the gas pedal again. They're not going to take their time again. They're going to do what they know best and really work fast.
Go ahead, Keith.
Can they make up for the unfortunate of what just happened with the defense the last time?
Hensley lines up in the gun, Garmin to his left. Garmin takes the snap, hands the ball off to Garmin. He finds the edge, and he's got a nice gain on 1st down as he's hit hard out of bounds.
You gotta be careful hitting somebody like that close to the sideline.
The tackle right there is Tata Joka. So he lays a nice hit on Garmin. Lucas checks into the ball game. In the gun again. Lucas motion to his right. Twins left. Twins to Hensley's right as well. Looks like Pioneers are bringing the house as they throw a little screen to Spencer. Spencer hauls the pass in, but was only able to pick up 2 or 3. There's a late hit out of bounds. That's going to be 15 yards. That penalty is going to be on big number 99 for Glenville State. Just a huge mental error for the Pioneers there.
Yeah, there's no reason to shove somebody when you're already out of bounds like that.
Trayvon Harrington's going to get called for the unnecessary roughness, and that really hurts there. You can't have that. You're back in the ball game, 23-17. It was going to be a 3rd down and about 2. And Harrington just the mental mistake there, hitting out of bounds.
Late out of bounds. Number
Absolutely not.
99 of the
the Yellow
defense.
Jackets nonetheless as they take
Automatic
back
first
over
down.
at the 47-yard line. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Big DC boy. Just getting too much into the game, getting a little bit too hot and heated. Couldn't help himself. That's going to cost you every time.
Jones lines up as at tight end. Spencer to the right. Pate and Barrett lined up to the left. Hensley takes the shotgun pass, fakes the handoff to Lucas. Moves up in the pocket. He had Dante Jones open in the flat and just overthrew him while he was throwing on the run. And that stops the clock too. So not only did he just overthrow a wide open Dante Jones, but he also stopped the clock from running down even more.
Dante Jones is 6'1", but I think you had to be a good 7 foot or maybe 8 foot to catch that one, unfortunately.
Garmin seems to be limping a little bit on the sideline, so we're probably going to see Lucas take over at the running back position. We hope Garmin is okay. He's a big asset to this Yellow Jacket offense. Hensley lines up in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Lucas, looks to his right, throws to his right, and Spencer just didn't have his head turned in time to see him. A lot of pressure on Hensley there. Pioneers are doing a good job of disrupting Hensley's passing. He's been having to move in the pocket a lot recently.
And State's offense is doing Glenville State's defense a favor here, not running the football, giving them a lot more time if they turn this into a 4th down.
It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Jackets having a hard time getting their offense going recently. The twins to his left and right. Lucas in the backfield with Hensley. Hensley takes a snap, drops back, looks to his right, throws to his right, has Spencer wide open over the middle. And a nice gain. It's going to be 1st down. That was big for the Yellow Jackets. Picks up about 14 yards.
They needed that. Huge conversion there on 3rd down.
For you Mountaineer fans, WVU just won the football game 44-27. Hensley lines up in the gun. Lucas in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to Lucas up the middle. Got to focus on ball security here as he's met in the middle by a host of Pioneers, led by number 6, Dominic Sizalskis.
He's been everywhere on defense today.
Anytime there's been a play, Sizalskis has been in on it.
Just no room to run there.
Hensley is having an absolute day at quarterback right now. 332 yards passing, 67% completion rate, 2 touchdowns. He is just having a great day offensively. He's got 2 receivers that are about to break the 100-yard mark, Isaiah Scott and Zach Pate. Hensley takes a shotgun snap, looks to his left, looks to his right, throws back to his left. He's got Barrett. Barrett toe taps, makes a great catch on the end line. It's going to be right at the marker. There's a penalty flag on the play. It's a great reception there by Barrett.
You have all kinds of receivers that can make great catches on this football team. It's something else.
It helps a lot being when you play quarterback, knowing that you have so many targets that you can hit. I mean, just today he's hit
number 50, 10-yard penalty.
Different Yellow
Replay
Jackets
second down.
receiving. That is, you don't hear about that a whole lot. That's really impressive. Looks like there was a holding call on the Yellow Jackets, so it brings the ball back 10 more yards. It's going to be 2nd and a long 14 yards.
I mean, if it's not Pate, it's Jones. If it's not Jones, it's
Scott or Barrett. You know, you got Saquon Smith has hauled in a couple of catches. He's got a lot. Hensley takes the shotgun pass. He throws. He finds Spencer. Sure enough, there he is. And a hard tackle over the middle by and there's a penalty called on a hard tackle by number 4.
How can you
Todd Njoka.
Yeah, it looks like that might be a horse collar tackle.
Cameron Spencer on the reception. 14-yard gain on the play. We talk about it. Hensley has just been hitting everybody. He's just knows how to find the open receiver. Officials are meeting together so we get a replay here on Spencer's run. And there's the hard tackle.
Damn.
I'm not sure if they're going to call that a horse collar or not. It was a high tackle.
There's no foul for a horse collar on the play. He was grabbed on the front and spun around. First out.
No horse collar tackle. No flag on the play. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets on the 35-yard line. Correction, 25-yard line.
It was very close.
It was just the way he fell down to the ground is why they threw the flag initially.
It was a hard tackle, but no penalty called on the play. Hensley lines up in the gun. Garmin in the backfield. Hensley takes the shotgun snap, hands the ball off the middle to Garmin. Garmin's got a lot of room to run up there in the middle. And a nice chunk gained on first down. Looks like 7 picked up by Garmin. Clock whittling down here. 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. The Pioneers really have their backs against the wall here. They really need a stop.
Good job following that O-line. Keep it going straight.
With the way their offense has been, they can't. There's a replay on the field on the play again. There's that hard tackle. Wasn't called a horse collar. Hensley lined up in the gun, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Garmin to the right side, trying to find room to run, and he's tackled in the backfield. Loss of about 1. Garmin comes off the field. Lucas checks in. It's going to be third down and about 5. But the Pioneers got to have a little sense of urgency here. I mean, if this turns into a 2-score game with the way their offense has been, it's going to be tough to come back from that.
Past the halfway point, they can't have that happen. No matter if they get a field goal or touchdown, they can't afford it.
You might look for Pate right here on 3rd and 5 on a nice little out route. Hensley lines up in the gun, takes a snap, rolls to his left. He's looking for Pate in the end zone, and he just overthrew him. It's going to be 4th down. This is a huge field goal for the Yellow Jackets. This makes this a 2-possession game.
Hasn't been many misses between the Hurricane Connection boys.
Correction, that's actually, it would still be a 1-possession game if they do hit this, but Olstrom comes out. This is a big field goal. So put them up 9. So it would make it a 2-possession game. Olstrom lines it up. Ready to kick. Snaps off. Holds good. And it looks like it was tipped. But it still went through even though it got tipped.
Very lucky there for them to be able to still score that.
A huge field goal there. Puts the Jackets up 9, 26-17. The Pioneer offense will come back out on the field. And I'm thinking there are 2 guys that are going to be getting the ball this next drive. It's got to be Butler or Pender, right?
Absolutely.
They have been the guys that have been called on all day. They really carry the load. Inexperienced quarterback in the game. So you're expecting your older guys to step up, and they've really done that in the second half at least.
Only thing is, if they want a shot at coming back, they have to score really quick.
They do. They have to score really quick, and they also have to stop that electric Yellow Jacket offense, which hasn't been looking too electric the second half either. Pioneers have really come out and answered.
But look how quick they were able to score their last drive there.
3 plays, I think is all it took. Thanks to that 55-yard screen pass that led him all the way down the field.
Ratliff is another guy to look for to make an impact on this next offensive drive, as he's also back deep to return this kick with Darnell Jackson. Olstrom tees the ball up, ready to kick the ball off, and we really need to focus on pinning them deep right here. They've had some really good returns, and they're real close to breaking one away, so they really need to focus on having a good kick coverage here. Olstrom runs up, kicks the ball away. Looks like it's going to be Jackson on the return. It's a line drive kick, so he's going to have a lot of room to run. Darnell takes it up to the left side of the field, cuts back, has a lot of room to run, and he has a good return, but there's a flag on the play again. Ball returned to the 35, but there is a flag on the play. Possible block in the back or holding call. Looks like they're going to call holding on the Pioneers. So they're going to start, instead of starting on the 35, looks like they're going to start at about the 25.
Holding, receiving team, number 51, 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Huge
First down.
drive here. You got to think if the Pioneers don't score here, it's pretty much game over.
At this stage, they have to do something. They have to get the ball up there. They have to score to be still competitive. Because like you said, they don't do something, basically it.
They just need some type of score here no matter what. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. You could kick the field goal whenever you get into range if you want, just to save a little bit more time.
They just got to stay competitive.
Yeah. Edsel in the gun, takes the snap, looks to his right, throws a swing past to Pender. There he is. Trying to find some space to run. Picks up about 5 on the play. Another penalty flag thrown. A lot of mental mistakes by the Pioneers because it looks like it's thrown in a call of holding on that outside. We'll see what the call is.
Luckily for State, they haven't been doing many on that flags on their end, but
yeah, it looks like it might be a face mask on the Yellow Jackets.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yellow Jackets. So we just talked about how they cut down a lot of mistakes in the first quarter. We get a costly face mask penalty called against us, and the Yellow Jackets are the Pioneers are going to have a fresh set of downs to work with. 6 minutes left to go, clock's running. Hetzel calls a play at the line of scrimmage. Butler's lined up wide at the bottom of the screen. Pender motion to his left. Hetzel takes the snap, looks to his right, quick throw to his right, and it's dropped. Looked like a little screen they tried to set up there for Austin Ratliff, but couldn't quite execute. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 5 minutes and 48 seconds. And the Pioneers don't look like they have much of a sense of urgency right now. They're I don't know if it's that they're looking tired or if they're just not in a hurry, but they need to get things rolling if they're going to win this ball game or at least get back into it. Down 9. Hetzel takes the shotgun snap, looks to his left, looks back over the middle, throws it over the middle, and it's well covered. That's number 18 on the tackle, Kyle Alexander, the senior defensive back out of Chester, Virginia, on a nice coverage and tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and a long 8, and this is 4-down territory here, so don't look to get all of it back at one play. Glenville State still has 2 timeouts to work with. Clock's running down, 5 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the game. Hetzel makes a change at the line, takes the snap, drops back, looks over the middle, looks to his left. He's going to throw deep to Butler. Butler's open, and he connects with Butler for a touchdown. A 53-yard touchdown reception, Hetzel to Butler. And a huge mental mistake for the Jackets. Absolute busted coverage there as Butler ran wide open down the sideline.
The one person they need to cover more than possibly anybody on the field just got a 53-yard touchdown very late in the game.
And Butler is at 133 yards receiving now on 7 receptions. That's 19 yards per catch. Watts lines up for a huge extra point. This would be a big miss if Watts didn't connect on this. Snap is good, kicks up, kick is good. So the Glenville State Pioneers bring the lead down to just 2 for the Jackets.
What a game.
Down to 3. So
no, it's down to 2. You're right.
Yep, down to 2. West Virginia State 26, Glenville State 24. 5 minutes left to go. And as much as we've talked about Hetzel's inexperience, this second half he has looked a lot more composed, a lot more comfortable. He has made some really good throws. He's overthrown a couple, but that connection with Butler has looked unstoppable.
Whatever they talked about in there during halftime really's gotten to him very well, and he's playing excellent as of right now, other than, like you said, just a few times here or there, but still very well done.
Hayden Hunter back deep to return along with Garmin.
If I'm not mistaken, Butler's accounted for all 3 of their touchdowns.
I believe that is correct. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day. What a day for Butler. Watts tees the ball up, ready to kick the ball off. Garmin and Hunter back deep to return. Need a good return here. Watts approaches the ball. The kick is away. It's going to be to the left. It might be out of bounds. And a kick out of bounds. So they're going to have really good field position to start off this next possession. Watts has just had a rough day today. He was one of our key guys to look for. He just missed an extra point.
It's a couple kick out of bounds. Number 13 of the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
The Yellow Jackets will take over the 35-yard line. So good field position.
Well, the problem with that one is he was kicking in the wind there. Could have affected
the wind is blowing pretty correct, Keith. Hensley lines up in the gun. Garmin in the backfield. Motions to his left. Twins to his left and right. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Garmin up the middle. He's got a lot of room to run. And a really good run on first down. Picks up 14 yards.
That's what they need. Keep it going.
And the clock's going to continue to run, so they're gonna let that clock run down pretty low, I'd say.
They need to at least let it go down to at least 5 seconds every time they snap the ball.
They're going to snap the ball with 25 seconds left on the play clock. Hensley drops back, looks to his left, throws to his left, has a man open. It's Isaiah Scott. He breaks the century mark with that reception. And the ball's fumbled. It's on the ground. Glenville State picks it up.
Costly.
A huge turnover for the Pioneers. Four minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, and the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets make a huge mental mistake with a turnover.
Earlier in the game, there was a pass whenever they could have easily just took some more runs and got it closer for the first down. That one, I would say they should have probably just ran it. They were still pretty far down the field with a first down there. I believe it was a first down.
It's that ball security. Late in the game, close game, you have to focus on ball security. And just a mental mistake there by Isaiah Scott, who's had a really good day-to-day receiving. Just can't manage to hold on to the ball. Hetzel takes the snap. A little fake reverse. It's a little screen to Pender, and he's got a ton of room to run. Up the middle, he cuts up the sideline. Pender inside the 20-yard line.
This is a terrible time for State's defense and offense.
A penalty flag just thrown on the play on the sideline. Might just be a warning for Glenville State. Just everything is going against the Yellow Jackets right now.
Sideline warning. Glenville State. Sideline warning. Glenville State.
So the Pioneers just get a sideline warning. Pick up a huge gain right there with the screen pass to Pender. And we talked about it. Butler or Pender. And that's what they've gone with this whole fourth quarter. And it's paid off.
That's it, yeah. Pender and
the
Butler.
Yellow Jackets do not have an answer.
That was a well planned out screen pass, though. A lot of misdirection.
A lot of moving parts to it. Yep. Some good trickery. Hetzel lines up under center again. Butler lined up out wide. Bowles in the backfield. Ball on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Hetzel takes a snap, hands the ball up the middle to Bowles. Bowles picks up about 4 or 5 yards there. The Pioneers are in really good position right now. This is, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to be a little worried here.
Yeah, I mean, they're already in field goal range, and that's all they need to win this game is a field goal.
4 minutes and 5 seconds left. Clock's winding down. West Virginia State still has 3 timeouts. Glenville State still has 2. Hetzel lined up in the gun. Bowles to his right. Butler and Ratliff to his left. Changes the play of the line. Takes the shotgun snap. Looks to his right. Throws to his right. Had a man open. And just some miscommunication there. The receiver wasn't on the same page with Hetzel.
Yeah, the receiver never turned his head. That's happened a number of times today.
Target was number 20, Edward Weber, the big tight end, 6'5", big target. Just couldn't get his head turned around. So here with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, inexperienced quarterback and in a position to gain a lot of experience, and he's looked really good. He's composed. line up in the shotgun. Pender to his right. Takes the snap. It's going to be a designed QB draw. And they cannot corral him. He's first down. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Design QB draw there. It's going to be first and goal on the 7-yard line. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Glenville State lined up in the gun. Pender to his left.
Can they
Number
do
21, Seth Arnold to his right.
what they did earlier in the game and hold them off at the line?
Shotgun snap high, but Corralled. Pender takes the run up the middle. Maybe a draw. They're calling a timeout here. West Virginia State's going to use one of its 3 timeouts. Clock is still running, though. About 4 seconds ran off the clock after the timeout was called. This will be interesting to see if they add those 4 seconds on.
Timeout. West Virginia State.
There from Glenville State to come all the way
Their first
back.
timeout.
West Virginia State has not had an answer yet for their offense.
Clock operator, please put 3:08 on the clock. 3:08.
Can State find a way to hold them off, possibly even take the ball from them and keep this lead?
Glenville State has outscored West Virginia State in the second half 21-13.
Thank you.
They didn't score a single touchdown in the first half. They scored a field goal, so it was 13-3 at the half. And West Virginia State hasn't been able to have an answer since. They add 5 seconds back to the clock, so it's going to be 3:08.
Going back to my point I made earlier about what ifs. What if McNair was still on this field, on this team right now? Would we be in this situation? Who knows at this point? State was doing a really good job capitalizing on the fact that that was a second string QB, and now who knows what's going to happen? They've done a really good job, Glenville has, of bringing it back.
Heltzel really having a good day today, 16 for 30, 214 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Just a sophomore, not a lot of experience.
The damage that's been done, though, has been on the screen passes. They've gotten huge chunks of yards just from great blocking from the offensive line after catching the screen.
Butler has really been carrying the load. He's rushed for 46 and has 133 receiving yards. He's having a good day. He's probably going to be a target they're going to look for if they end up passing it, but I cannot imagine a scenario where they're going to pass it. What's interesting is we talked about Watts being one of our highlight players, right? They left how many points up on the board? 6? 9 points?
No, you're right. 6.
6, yes.
6.
This could be a whole different ballgame if he was 100% on the day. But a chance to redeem himself here as well if his name's called upon. Pioneers are going to line up in the I formation. Pender, back deep. Seth Arnold is fullback. Ratliff sent in motion. Ball handed up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown. Glenville State takes the lead. Their first lead since being up 3-0.
Now, do they go for 2 here to make it 6 points rather than 5?
I mean, you might as well, right?
It makes no difference either way. You still need a touchdown.
They're up 4 here. Extra point doesn't mean a whole lot.
If they have that momentum, I don't see why they wouldn't. Just put that much more stress on State.
Three minutes and 3 seconds left. West Virginia State, really, they have to have a touchdown here this next drive. They have to. Or it's going to be game over, right? They got 2 timeouts to work with. Really a lot of time to work with, honestly. Looks like Glenville State's going to call a timeout before they try this.
Glenville, half.
Could prove to be a costly called timeout, though, too, if West Virginia State happens to score quick. But we're going to go to a replay of the last touchdown. Pender takes the ball up the middle. It's a huge hole. Good job by the offensive line. We talked about Rick Trickett, the offensive line coach, being a great one, having a lot of experience. And the offensive line has done a really great job for Glenville State this second half. They've been able to do pretty much whatever they wanted. They've scored 20 points alone in this fourth quarter. possibly 22 if they convert on this 2-point conversion.
Mario Pinder has just been pretty incredible, especially this second half with that 50-some yard touchdown earlier. That touchdown there, finding the hole. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen these last few minutes, how State can answer, if they can.
We talked about the impact that McNair had on being out of the game. We also forget that Henry Forson, our defensive back, was ejected. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's one of our great defensive backs. And you got to think, if we're talking about what ifs, what if he would have been in the game still, guarding Butler?
That's true.
Hetzel takes the snap. He runs to the left on a design QB run. It looks like he's not going to get this at all. It's stopped up in the backfield. So the Yellow Jackets have 3 minutes and 3 seconds to answer.
And it's not like we weren't moving the ball when we were on offense last time. It's just the ball security was the issue. So this is going to be a crazy drive right here.
This the wind will play an interesting factor here. It's been swirling around a little bit out there. But it looks like right now, if West Virginia State were to be in field goal position, they would be kicking with the wind at their back, which is a big deal. It also will affect this kickoff. This last kickoff by Watts was kicked out of bounds. West Virginia State had some good field position.
Let's look at the positives of this, though. Because they were able to stop that conversion, all they have to do is get a touchdown and they're winning. They don't even have to worry about a field goal. However, no matter what, they have to get a touchdown. They can't go for the 3 points. They have to get the 6. If you at least get the 6, you're good as golden, unless another magic play happens Glenville's able to pull off last second. But
Peyton Hunter and Garmin back deep to return here. Really, really needing a good return. They've had a couple of opportunities to break a deep run, just haven't been able to do it. Watts tees the ball up. He gets ready to kick the ball off. As he approaches the ball, ball's kicked off. It's going to be a shorter kick. It's returned. Number 28's on the return, and a good return. They're going to have really good field position at the 45-yard line. That was number 29, Christian Thompson, it looks like, on the return.
Might not have been the best decision to kick it short there.
Yeah, that didn't pay off too well for Glenville State. He's got some great starting field position at the 45-yard line on the left hash. But right now, senior quarterback Austin Hensley, some great targets. You got to think, hey, we're not in a bad position here. Like we'll have every opportunity to score a touchdown here. You just got to execute. Can't have drops. Can't have mental mistakes. No penalties.
Even though there is less than 3 minutes left, they still got to be a little bit more calm about it. Press that ball up the field as much as they can with the time given. Just don't freak out.
Absolutely. And it looks like an official's timeout.
False start. Offense.
False start.
Number 87. 5-yard penalty. First down.
We just talked about not having mental mistakes, and then right off the bat, before the Yellow Jackets even get to start a play, they have a mental mistake, a false start. Hensley takes the shotgun snap, looks to his left, looks back to his right, has a man open, Barrett on his right, picks up the 5 yards again, so it's going to be 2nd and 10, but the clock keeps rolling. Could not manage to get out of bounds, so they got to hurry up a little bit here. Hensley gets the call. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Barrett lined out wide, along with Saquon Smith on the far left side. Trips left. Dante Jones and Zach Pate out there as well. Hensley takes the snap, looks to his left, surveying the field, looks back to his left again, finds Saquon Smith over the middle, wide open. They're going to pick up the first down and a little bit more. Gain of about 14 on the play. West Virginia State hurries up a little bit. Stop clocks while the chain move.
Saquon, once again, coming in with a nice catch there.
He kept running like he was never on the ground.
Hensley getting the call. Lucas in the backfield. Twins to his left and right. Hensley sends Lucas in motion to the left. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Lucas. Didn't really expect that. Gonna run up the middle for about 2 yards. So 2 minutes left. It's gonna take it down to the 2 minute. So it's gonna be 2nd down and 8. 2 timeouts left. Minute 50, ball on Glenville State's 39-yard line. Hensley takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left. And he had a receiver. He makes the catch. And a nice catch by Saquon Smith over there. Makes it 3rd down and about 3, so they only pick up about 4 or 5 on the play. And you got to think, when are we going to start using these timeouts? A minute 30 left.
That's exactly what I was thinking. When's the perfect time to use those? Do you want to keep running out the clock as much as possible when you're down?
Crowd starting to get into the game. Hensley throws to his right to Pate. Pate crosses the century mark with that, and he gets out of bounds. So great play there. They pick up the 1st down. Picks up about 10 on the play.
He got out of bounds, too.
That's what State needed, a good job like that to get him, to put him out of bounds there, stop the clock.
Ball's on the 23-yard line. Hensley gets the call from the offensive coordinator. He's giving the play to the offensive line. Saquon Smith and Pate out to the left. Jones and Barrett down to the right. Garmin in the backfield with Hensley. Hensley takes the snap. Glenville bringing the blitz. Throws to his left. And some good coverage there. Looks like Jansen King on the coverage. Saquon Smith targeted on the play. Couldn't quite corral the ball in. 2nd down and 10.
He's been targeted quite a bit on this drive. He's been making the catches, too.
Not a whole lot of harm done there. The clock stops. Still 2nd down. Got a lot of time to work with. Ball on the 23-yard line, 24-yard line.
What do they do now?
Hensley gets the call. Lined up in the backfield, Garmin. Garmin motions to the left. Hensley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to his left, throws to Pate, and Pate can't quite handle it. 22 for Glenville State on the coverage. That's DeAndre Brown.
Once again, trying to look positive here. Even though he did miss the catch, that still stops the clock, gives him a chance to get another one.
Well, you got to think there, that was a short little stick route. That was only going to pick up about 5 yards at most. The clock would have still been running. They would have had to hurry up and make the play call. And
3rd and 10 now.
3rd and 10, trips to the left, obvious 4-down territory here with a minute 10 left to go in the game. West Virginia State down 4. Hensley in the gun. Takes the snap, low snap. Drops back, looks to his right. He's got pressure on him. He's rolling out to his right. Needs to get the ball off. Throws it away. It's going to be 4th and 10.
And this is the ball game here. This play right here.
Sazauskis for Glenville State. And on the play again. He's had a great day defensively. Isaiah Scott checks into the game. And you got to think, you got to go for one of your guys here. Isaiah Scott, Zach Pate have had big days receiving. Barrett, the big target.
How about Smith there? He's been doing well on this drive too.
Smith just checked out of the game just now for Scott to check in. Timeout has been called. There were 10 seconds left on the play clock, so they kind of... Pioneers are up.
Timeout.
30.
West Virginia State.
It's going to be 4th and 10.
That is their 3rd and final timeout.
They either have to pick this up or it's game over.
The pressure is on now for West Virginia State University. What do? Who do you throw it to?
You got to think here. Senior quarterback Hensley, you got to trust him. You got to trust his playmaking ability. You have to trust his decision making. With it being 4th and 10, as Glenville State, do you bring the house or do you sit guys back and let them play coverage?
We talked about the options they have. They have plenty of people they can pass to, but look at what's been going on with Pate. One of the guys earlier in the game that they were constantly giving it to and doing well with hasn't had that many good catches here in the last quarter or so.
Hasn't been able to been implemented in the offense very much since he went out with his injury. I don't know if that maybe played a role in it. Dante Jones and Isaiah Scott, Zach Pate are going to be out. Trips to the left. Barrett split out wide by himself to the right. Garmin in the backfield with Hensley. Big 4th down and 10 play here. The state cheerleaders trying to pump the crowd up a little bit, get the fans behind these Yellow Jackets.
Here we go.
Might be thinking Barrett here because Barrett's on an island by himself with the number 2, Delonte Hood. Hensley in the gun. So Zalskis looking like he's going to blitz. And he is. Hensley drops back, looks to his right, throws, and he's got him! He's got Barrett over the middle for the 1st down. 11 yards gained. A huge 4th down conversion.
What an unbelievable throw right there.
State needed that more than any other play you could possibly
have. A Glenville State player down, too.
That's the last thing Glenville needs is even more people.
55 seconds left to go in the game. That's going to stop the clock, too, with the injury.
Austin Hensley showing some poise in the pocket right there, waiting for his receiver to get open.
We talked about it. Barrett on an island by himself managed to get open. He's been a great target today.
Once again, bringing it up. This is what I wanted. A good football game coming down to the wire. Last minute. Let's see if State can finally do it.
It's going to be ball marked at the 10-yard line. 55 seconds. No timeouts left. Glenville State has one timeout left. It's number 50 for Glenville State that was injured. Amid Vitale, the 6'2", 245 defensive end. So West Virginia State, they have an opportunity here. 10 yards. Who do you throw to? You have so many targets here. The Pioneers, what do they put all their money in the pass, or do you think State's going to try to catch them off guard and do a run play?
They don't have any timeouts. I don't know if I would run the football.
55 seconds left. Hensley lines up in the gun. He's got trips to his left. Barrett alone by himself on the right. Hensley takes the shotgun snap, looks to his right. He's double covered. Barrett is. Looks over the middle. Zach Pate's open. And it's deflected and broken up.
So close.
Njoka and Samuel Thomas on the coverage. Pate was open there for a short amount of time.
I don't think Hensley saw him right away. He was holding his hand up, saying that he was open. I just don't think he saw him in time.
Looked like the play was initially just to Barrett the whole time. As they rolled out to the right, Barrett was the lone man on the right side. 81 Blake Thompson checks into the game for Dante Jones. Thompson, the sophomore. Trips to the left. Thompson, Scott, and Pate out wide. Empty backfield. Hensley in the gun. Takes the snap. Low snap. Looks to his right. Throws to his right. And throws it out of bounds. 45 seconds left. It's going to be third down. Hensley's been pressured pretty good this fourth quarter. He's taken some shots today.
How much are the nerves getting to him at this point? So close into the game. So close to the end.
Well, he's a senior quarterback. He's dealt with this before. I don't know.
But you still have to believe that's got to be playing into this as well.
Hensley has had an incredible game today. You got to think this would really top it off if he could manage to lead these Yellow Jackets to a win. Hensley thrown for 429 yards today, 63% completion percentage. He's got twins to his left and right, Garmin in the backfield with him, takes the snap, looks to his right. He's got a man open, touchdown Jackets! Barrett on the score.
A.J. Barrett once again.
That has lit this crowd up.
40 seconds left to go. The Jackets are up by 2. This is a crucial extra point here. We talked about the nerves, and they didn't seem like they were showing that play. A.J. Barrett is pumped up right now. He is really getting the crowd into this game.
Like Brian said, he's been there a time or two before, so probably used to it at this point.
That puts Hensley at 3 touchdown passes today. Extra point kick is good.
So what does Glenville do now? What do you think? Do they try to get it in and just do the field goal?
You gotta be thinking field goal position here, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, maybe you take a shot or two if you get lucky, but they only have one timeout.
How much are they willing to risk? I know they've been doing particularly well here over the last
Here's a
quarter.
replay for the touchdown from Hensley to Barrett. So watch Barrett gets open across the middle, just wide open.
Excellent.
Beautiful, beautiful execution. Great play call. Great read by Hensley. I'm going to replay it again here. Hensley takes the snap. Some great protection by the offensive line. Hensley surveyed the field and happened to find Barrett open over the middle.
You couldn't ask for that line to come in any more clutch than what they did right there.
Absolutely. Now, we talked about it. Special teams. Got Ratliff and Jackson back there deep. They've had some really good returns today. How important is it for the Pioneers to have a great return right now?
For them, it's extremely important. But they've been doing really well on screen passes this entire second half. So I think if you're the Yellow Jackets on defense, you guard that right away.
We got to think again. We talked about Watts being a key player for the Pioneers, and he's had a rough day today, but he might have a chance to redeem himself. Kick is away.
He's not going to return that.
It's not going to be returned. Kick to the back of the end zone. Great kick by Ahlstrom. As the Yellow Jackets are getting the crowd pumped up. A nice crowd out here today for the opening game.
Listen to it.
They've been really into this game the whole time. It's been fantastic. As rough as the second half has been for the Jackets, this has been an incredible game. You can't ask for much more. Jackets huddle, the defense huddle on the field. You got to imagine that the intensity is going to be really up this drive for both teams. Pender and Jackson are probably going to be your targets we're going to be looking at. We're calling those names a lot. Hetzel, sophomore, backup quarterback, tasked with 80 yards in between him and the end zone.
My heart's pounding. I'm not even in the game right now. I'm excited for this. Let's go.
Hetzel on the gun. Pender to his left. Twins to the left and right. Jackson's out to the right. Shotgun snap. Hetzel looking to the right, looking at Jackson. He's in the pocket scrambling, and he finds a guy. It's incomplete. Dropped by number 26. Robert Johnson was the target. Wouldn't have gotten much on the play. Great pressure there by the Jackets.
Maybe it benefits them dropping that pass because it would have been 4 or 5 yards anyway.
I think Krauser was in on that play.
You also
as
get
always.
the clock to stop there too. You got to remember that.
32 seconds left. Glenville State does have a timeout left. Twins to the left and right. Pender in the backfield with Hetzel. Hetzel takes the shotgun snap, looking to his left. He's got pressured again. Jamal Fox. He finds his man, number 3. That's Osai Brown.
Incomplete
pass, actually. Brown dropped it, which might be beneficial like we talked about before. Couldn't manage to hook up there. Clock stops. 25 seconds left.
But with those 2 plays, they've taken 15 seconds off.
Obviously 4 down territory here.
Gives them a chance to reset, get the play going.
Trips to the left here. Butler's by himself to the right. You got to think they're double covering him right here.
They have no choice.
Hetzel takes a snap, looks to his right. He's targeting Butler. Butler got his hand on it, but couldn't quite corral it. Sorry, that was Pender. Pender couldn't quite corral it in. So it's going to be 4th and 10 right here. 20 seconds left. Expect the Yellow Jacket fans to get into the game here, make some noise.
It's about to get loud here at Institute.
It's game over if Glenville can't execute here. Twins to the left and right. Pender in the backfield with Hetzel.
State getting them riled up. The team's going.
State with 3 down linemen. Krauser looking in from the linebacker position. Hetzel drops back to pass, looks to his left. He's going to throw it. Target number 3 downfield. And there was a lot of contact there, but no penalty call. No flag. The Yellow Jackets are going to take over with 14 seconds. And the Yellow Jackets are going to come away with the win.
Really surprised there was no flag. There was a lot of coverage on that. A lot of.
And it did not look pretty this second half. But the Yellow Jackets managed to pull it together and compose themselves and make a really great late 4th quarter drive to score a touchdown to put them up by 3. We're going to be seeing the victory formation here as the Jackets offensive unit comes out. Pending a good snap here, this will be the last play of the game. And it looks like the Jackets will be heading into their next away game at Southeastern Missouri 2-0. Inslee takes the shotgun snap and kneels, and that's going to be the game. A great win by the Yellow Jackets. Incredible offensive performance by both Hensley and Hetzel. Hensley went 38 for 59 with 439 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Targeted a plethora of receivers. Looks like 10 receivers were targeted today just by him alone. Isaiah Scott, 111 yards on 6 receptions. Zach Pate, 9 receptions, 108 yards. A.J. Barrett, who scored the winning touchdown, 9 receptions for 94 yards. It's an incredible offensive performance there. But Hetzel, I mean, considering the situation, Hetzel did a great job being put into an unfortunate situation where McNair went down. And sophomore quarterback, a lot of inexperience, had a rough time the first half, but really came in and settled in the second half and played really well. 16 for 34, 214 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He had to do what a lot of quarterbacks in that position might have failed to do, and he did relatively well. It's just unfortunate for Glenville, it didn't go their particular way.
That's right. So West Virginia State will be heading in to their next away game. The final score from Lake & Field at Dickerson Stadium will be 33-30. The Yellow Jackets head on the road next week, September 21st at Southeast Missouri State University. That's in Missouri. So there'll be a live stream for that posted out on the social media. But from all of us here at West Virginia State University, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast, and a big congratulations to the Yellow Jackets. We will see you in a couple of weeks.
Good deal, gentlemen. Let's go.